good. Just to let you all know, it seems like this might be a normal week in length, even though it's one day later, but I did tell you guys that things might become shorter in the week, or shorter weeks. Like, it's not guaranteed to be a shorter week in terms of streams, but just by how things are, there might be 2 random days off instead of 1. And so far, it's not looking like today's gonna be shorter, it's just gonna be different days. Is what's going on. But let me get things set up here. Okay, it looks like everything's up, so let's bring up today's question of the day so we have something to talk about. Because there's not really much that did happen. Favorite TV series? I've got quite a few of them, but mostly it's anime that's got my interest peaked these days. Like, I want to say a certain scientific railgun at the moment. Well, let me get that situated up, but it's a new one. Like, I am watching another anime called, it may ask for one final thing, and the title itself just confuses me a lot. Because it makes it seem like somebody's asking a question. It's just the title of a show. But yeah, my current favorite is a certain scientific railgun, though of course you want to do battle shonen overall. I'd say that my favorite is Yu Hakusho. I grew up with DBZ in that, running on Toonami, and I did like it, but Yu Hakusho stands out to me because the characters actually grow over the course of the series, and you get to see that development as they go. The Dark Tournament is particularly important because it's like a meaningful point to Yusuke and all the things that he's been through. I'll go black. I seriously don't like the timer on the switch here. Alright, and we do that. And I guess another interesting thing was I had lunch with my mom yesterday. That's kind of why had to move the first stream of the week over today. So let's see, we should do that one. Now I just have to paste things everywhere. Okay. It's there. But other than shows, I can't really say too much that I like since I'm reading a lot of manga. I do watch quite a bit of anime, but a lot of things I partake in these days is just reading. Okay, I'll do that. Alright, got my link shared out. Alright, so I am going to go get a drink, and then I'll bring up the game and we can get started. In the meantime, you guys go ahead and do whatever you need to get ready. And if you need something to do, be sure to answer today's question of the day. It seems to be a different one this time. If you do not see it, the command listed in the title of the stream while I'm live should bring it up. And with that, I will be right back. Alright, I'm back and it doesn't look like I missed anything. So, let me get the input switched over and then we can get the stream started. Alright, here we go. Good morning, everyone. How are y'all doing? I'm doing pretty good myself. I had a nice, relaxing lunch yesterday with my mom. And so I'm ready to get things on the road here. And like I said when I was setting up, this week might be a normal length week, but because there now can be 2 random days off instead of 1 at this point, my weeks may be shorter in terms of streams. But right now, I'm just excited to get on with this. I'm not too sure how far I'll get, but I'm hoping to get to the end of this route. Then, in terms of how far I am in the visual novel, I've still got to get some endings to get some keys. But I've only got 1 more ending, and I'm not going to do anything after that ending. Even though I hear that it's not that satisfying, but we'll see how that goes. Okay. Oh, let's see. Here. Did I read this point the last time? Because it seems to suggest I have. Okay. Let's see. Without its owner, the dining hall had become an extremely empty place. It felt like its soul had left this world, or like its mind was elsewhere. It was noon, yet no one had eaten anything yet. I volunteered to make something, but Kinosuke Shi said that they couldn't trust me yet, so I refrained. The one who picked up the responsibility was Hashimoto-san. He could cook too. As it turned out, not really. He just made some plain vegetables boiled with some basic seasonings. It wasn't anything delicious. He wasn't perfect. He was simply a human who was a bit more fearsome than the rest. And considering his background of what he's seen, basic dishes are something that makes sense, since you have to be ready to go on the go, so you're either gonna just boil up some vegetables and that, or just eat things raw. We couldn't leave the dining hall for the whole day. Yoshisugu-kun wanted to be alone, but the poor guy wasn't even granted that. With the state he was in, everyone was worried that he would pull something, so they didn't make an exception, even for him.
なんであんな小煩悩なお母さんが息子殺しなんてできるの?
How can a doting mother like that kill her own son? Who knows, Mamiya, but there are plenty of mothers like that out there. Some of them tend to be crazy and do it for weird reasons. Like, some have said they did it to save their own children, just like Kaoru has. But we can't know anything about the afterlife and things like that. You've got a bunch of people in different religions saying, yes, we can, we know what the afterlife is like, but everyone's just got different ideas, and in some way, it's not that great because you're still just pushing your own morals on other people. And that, whereas I'm more of in line with agreeing with what as Socrates has been claimed to say on the answer, which is when we die, it's either an eternal sleep or we reunite with our kindred. Reuniting with our kindred might seem like heaven to a lot of you, which is why you guys might go, that is heaven, but again, death is supposed to be equal to all of us. And we have no way of gaining information about what death is. So, Socrates' uncertainty in that one, or claimed uncertainty, I should say, since I don't know if he actually said it, and I don't feel like doing that kind of research to try and figure out where it came from, but I like the uncertainty that Socrates poses more than the certainty of a lot of religions. Plus, both modes that Socrates espouses, they just sound a lot better than what many religions state the afterlife is. Let's see if anyone answers her or if they're just gonna let it go to rhetorical here. She said that when he went to the bathroom, it was an extremely normal question from a normal person. If Jamie was alive, she'd have probably said something like, "No one can resist God." I can now vaguely understand those words. The thing binding the people of Yasumizu. The thing lying dormant within Haru-chan. It felt like it was closer than ever, just beyond the mist. Of course, no one answered Mamiya-san's question. There was something I wanted to ask Mochi. It wasn't something I could ask in public, though, and I didn't get a chance to have a secret chat with him.
まだ君を警戒している人がいるから、まっすぐ家に戻ったと、僕が証言しよう。
There are still people who are wary of you, so I will testify that you went back home and stayed there. When it was time to call it a day, he put some pressure on me.
警戒してるのはあなたでしょう。
You're the one who's wary of me.
さあ、どうかな。
Maybe, who knows?
いろんな心配が全部無駄だったら、どんなにいいことだろうね。
How great would it be if all my worries were baseless? I agreed with him on that. He was right about a lot of things. However, he couldn't leverage it well. And this was despite his persuasiveness and connections. Why'd he lose? One of the reasons was underestimating the madness controlling Yasumizu and the unity the wolves shared. And another reason was my ability to cheat death looping. Looking back at it, I made it this far despite failing to kill Yasunaga-kun once. I couldn't have cleared this game in one go if I didn't have the ability to use trial and error. Just like most games here. Because, well, trial and error kind of works in real life. At times, it doesn't work if you die. So a lot of things you only get one chance for. Even so, the end was near. Dusk.
殺すのは
We're killing.
橋本雄大だ。
Yudai Hashimoto. Oh man, we didn't even get a choice in that, but it was a smart move. We found the opportunity to kill him and we took it. The process is the same as always. We used the nearby farming tools to cut, stab, and crush him thoroughly. I wanted a more effective method, honestly. That was probably why Yasunaga couldn't kill Takumi-san with a gun the first time around. However, I didn't want the method to give me away, and I wanted to prevent any dying messages like the one Jamie had falsified in that previous loop. Okay. I do not get this. You guys that have been following along with me probably don't get it either, but this seems like a typo here, and one that's not really forgivable. Like, in the grand scheme of things, it might be easy to overlook this, but it was Calorie that kind of left it. But then again, if I had to think about it, it probably did. It's just one of those things I have to look back on, but I think that it was legitimately Calorie that did it. But again, I could be wrong, and this could warrant going back in time to check it out. But it just screams to me that this is wrong. But we'll just have to live with it. Like I said, it seems like a more minor thing when you think about it to be complaining about. I thought it was Calorie that left the message. It was Chimi and Mochi that kind of put it where it was found, though. Making an absolute mess of the body seemed like the most reasonable method. Was that thought born of madness? Of course it was. It was pure insanity. I ran circles in my mind, aimed to try and keep it stable enough to make at least somewhat rational decisions. Tearing apart the mountain of flesh was extremely hard work. Once done with it, Haru-chan and I went back. Our discussion for what we'd do tomorrow was simple. Yoshisugu-kun would use his crow powers to prove that Kaori-san was a wolf. That would prove that I was the real snake. But then we'd have to take out Yoshisugu. But we have to do it anyway, so... oh well. Yep, that would prove I was the real snake. We'd hang in a random somebody tomorrow and use the night to finally get rid of the crow. Okay, so we're not getting too many choices here. The day after tomorrow, there would be 6 people left. With the badger on our side, we'd have 3 votes. Is Meiko really the badger?
多分ね。実際は、狼だって明かしたところで、ちゃんと裏切ってくれるか怪しいけど。
Most likely, though, I'm not sure if she'd actually betray the humans if we revealed that we were the
なん
wolves.
であいつ、僕を目の敵にしてんのかな。
Why is she so antagonistic toward
乙
me?
女心じゃない？
She's a maiden. A maiden? She's a child. She shouldn't be thinking of the things that you're thinking of, Haru.
は？
Huh?
なんでもない。まあ、多分大丈夫だと思うけど。
Nothing. Well, I think it'll be alright.
それでも、万全の備えをするなら、メイコに頼りたくないよね。
But to be sure, we should depend on something more reliable.
その通り。その場合、 植松里香子か野里清之助をくくって、夜に。
Yeah, exactly. We should kill Rikako, Uematsu, or Kinosuke Nosato and use the night too.
モッチーを殺すのね。
Kill Mochi, right?
大丈夫かい？
You okay?
もう慣れた。
I'm used to it.
私も変わったな。
Boy, have I
人
changed.
殺しに慣れちゃった。
I'm actually used to killing now.
もう普通の人生は送れないかな。
I wonder if I'll be able to live a normal life after this.
罪を償ってうんぬんって道もある。君は未成年だし。
You can atone for your sins or whatever, you're still underage.
春秋は死刑なんじゃない？
Would you be facing capital punishment? That's a good question here, Haru. There are a lot of places you wouldn't be facing capital punishment because there's kind of that push of viewing it as cruel and unusual or things like that. And so a lot of places they are going to life sentences without parole. But in some ways, that just seems a bit worse in terms of the mercy thing. Like, you're letting them live, but they're just gonna be housed somewhere for the rest of their life, and taxes are paying for that a lot of the time. Whereas you're still paying for taxes with this thing, the capital punishment, but it's a quicker end at times than just a life sentence, even though sure you've got decades. Possibly, depending on if a person goes through the pills process or not.
どうかな。まあ、やむを得ない殺人では認めてもらえない気がするけど。
I don't know, though. I doubt they'd think it was involuntary manslaughter.
それなら逃げようよ。
Then let's run away.
昨日、そんな話をしてたね。
We talked about that yesterday, right?
どうせ罪はそんなに変わらないよ。
The sin is the same either way.
どうかな。
Is it now?
どうなってもまた会えるよね。
We'll meet again no matter what, right?
ごめん。言い直す。
Sorry, let me rephrase that.
どうなっても一緒にいるから。
I'll be with you no matter what. She was making less and less sense to me.
これだとか言い出すなよ。かっこ悪いから。
Don't say that you've fallen for me, it's uncool.
それは言い出さない。かっこ悪いから。
Don't worry, I won't, it's uncool. Oh, wow. I'd set her on the path of evil, scolding her for something now is extremely uncool.
だったかったらしないよ。
I won't say it if it'll bother
別
you.
に
Hey,
好きにすればいいよ。それが悪の特権。
you should just do what you want. That's one of the perks of being
じ
evil.
ゃあ好きにする。
Then I'll just do what I want. Good.
キスを教えて。
How about a kiss? What the? Why a kiss here?
いきなりあいつが出てこないなら。
As long as she doesn't show up.
身持ちのお堅いお方であらせられるの。
Surprisingly formal, are we?
はい。ダメ。
And there went your chance. You're so stingy. We parted ways. It was all smooth sailing from here. Yuraiha Hashimoto was dead, and Kaori-san, the most problematic wolf, ended up leaving the stage in the best of ways. All that was left were some throwaway feasts. I thought we were on a roll, and soon discovered how naive I was. Okay. Hashimoto-san. Strangely enough, Mamiya-san didn't lose her composure upon seeing the pile of gore Hashimoto-san was reduced to. She stood frozen in place and her voice was shaking, but that was it. The image of a woman trying to bear the shock and pain was both beautiful and moving. It seemed disingenuous to say that, considering I was the one responsible for her suffering, but I couldn't help how I felt. However, what she did next sent a chill down my spine. She ignored Hashimoto-san's body and walked over to a shirt Hashimoto-san had left lying in a corner of the hut. She moved the shirt to the side, exposing a camera. Were we recorded? Had he planned this with Mamiya-san ahead of time? I hadn't taken any precautions against that. While dismantling the body, we'd even talked to each other. She skillfully manipulated the camera. Did I have to destroy it now? No, I'd have no excuses for that. The charade would be over. Maybe we could try going wild like when Jamie, like what Jamie and Mochi did. Alright, this is a minor typo that I can accept. Because it does read weird, but it's a bit more acceptable. What was the point of that? I had to survive. If I went wild by myself, Haru-chan would. Again, what would be the point of that? She was just a girl you'd find anywhere. She got into a different situation, accepted a difficult reality and learned from it just like anyone would. Even though it was hardly a normal form of growth, it was charming and beautiful to us men. That much was obvious, but was it worth protecting with my own life? That question had to be answered with a no. However, I turned around and looked at Haru-chan standing at the end of the group. She had a knife in her hand. I slightly shook my head. After a moment of hesitation, she returned it back to the murder scene. It was a foldable knife covered in blood belonging to Hashimoto-san. I'd picked it up and used it when we were dismantling the body. No, that didn't mean anything to us. If I hadn't turned around, Haru-chan have surely went wild on her own. She was obviously going to protect me like that, even if it meant getting herself hanged. Oh man, I really liked that, but I'd finally found the theoretical justification for scolding her properly. Up until this point, I'd still thought it important to consider what I'd do with her after the feast was over. I'd felt responsible for promoting her growth and making sure the evil girl blossomed properly. In the end, though, the emergency before us was no emergency at all.
ダメか。
Sigh, no good.
定点撮影ですか？大胆ですね。何が映ってました？
A fixed camera, that's pretty bold. What did it show?
何も。ただ、遺体が延々と映ってるだけ。
Nothing, just the body. She threw the camera to me. I checked and apparently it was a 2-hour-long recording starting at 9 in the evening. The wolves' work started at 10. Hashimoto-san was as sharp as always. He even got the time right. I played the footage back and like she'd said, it just showed a body. It was supposed to show him alive at the start and to then show us in wolf outfits come at about 10 and start committing the murder. However, the video only showed a mountain of flesh and bone lit up by the electric light. Was the time within which the wolves were cut off from the rest of the world? Controlled through sleep, transformation through the real story, mist, corruption, death loops, and digital video problems. Was all of this connected to God? In this timeline, I'd gained a bunch of important info that brought me closer to the truth. That gave me a bad feeling, though. What if the truth and the subject of fear were one and the same? What if I never reached truth? A limitless mystery meant limitless fear.
おふくろは
Mom
狼
was a wolf. Everyone reacted with relief or surprise. Yoshisugu-kun and I had reached the same conclusion. He seemed like the real thing. It was hard to believe both of us were wolves. Alright, let's see. We've got 3, 5, 6, 7, and 8, probably. Yep, we got 8 people there. It was hard to believe both of us were wolves. That meant that I told the truth, making me the real snake.
今日も狼を見つけました。
I found another wolf today.
与之助氏は狼です。
It's Kiyonosuke Satoshi. That's my lies would work. What?
そんなバカな。私は人だ。なるほど、そういうことか。妻子春明。やはり狼だったのだな。
That can't be. I am a human. I see how it is, Haruaki Fusaishi. You were a wolf all along. Like, we know he's right in his accusation here that Haruaki is a wolf. But given the situation and how he just proved through confirmation with Yoshisugu that Kaori was a wolf, means that he's not going to be believed. So we kind of have this in the bag right now. But it's still kind of funny. Like, it's just one of those. And that was why his overreaction seemed like the pathetic struggling of a wolf. All that was left for me to do was lie until the end.
嘘は言ってない。
I'm not lying.
ああ、こいつは本当のことを言ってた。
Yeah, he said the truth. But you can only check people who've died.
そうか。貴様、自分が生き残るために仲間の神を切り捨てたのだな。
I see, so you got rid of one of the wolves just so you could survive. Oh my gosh! Kid, he's so right! And yet no one's gonna believe him in this situation.
リカコさん、あなたは狼ではないのでしょう。
Rikako-san, you're no wolf, are you? No, I'm not.
間宮女子、あなただって。
Miss Mamiya, you?
私はね
Well, you don't want to say anything, huh? They both looked at each other with suspicion. There were only 2 wolves left, Kinosuke and someone else, someone besides themselves.
野里さんの疑いもそりゃわかるけれどね。残り6人。狼は多分2人で娘が1人。
Well, I understand your suspicions. There's only 6 people left. 2 are wolves and 1 is the badger.
狼をくくらなきゃおしまい。相変わらず究極の選択で、手がかりはこれ見よがしな蛇のケージのみ。
It won't end until all the wolves are hanged. The choices are hard to make, and all we have to rely on are the snake's
そ
messages.
して、昨日亡くなったのが、久石君に敵対的だった橋本さん。
Also, the one who died last night was Hashimoto's son, who was antagonistic toward Fusaishi-kun last
橋
night.
本さんは敵対してたわけじゃありませんよ。合理的に考えれば僕に疑うべきところがあっただけです。
We weren't what I'd call enemies. His suspicions had a reasonable basis.
昨日は彼も最終的には香織さんに投票されています。
In the end, even he voted for Kaori-san
それ
yesterday.
は彼女の言動から確実かつ迅速に排除すべきが彼女だと判断せざるを得なかったからでしょう。
He probably decided that she was a danger who had to be removed from the feast as soon as possible.
彼は最後まであなたに対しては警戒を怠るなと言っていたわ。
He said I should be wary of you until the very end.
さんにしたってあなたが仲間である彼女に命じて自滅的な行動を取らせたという可能性もあるでしょう。
It's entirely possible that you'd ordered Kaori-san to do something self-destructive. Now that I kind of doubt there. Like, she did act on her own, but we don't know her thinking about it. Like, we know that she acted on her own to go after her son Yasunaga, and by how the events played out up to her death, we know that she did something of her own free will. We just don't know what, other than the fact that the goal is probably to keep Mako alive and also keep up with their decision, because we did see her make the agree to being the sacrifice for the wolves. So let's see how these guys take it, because she seems to be a bit reasonable here, more so than Kiyonosuke. But I'm not too sure how big of a threat she is yet. Like, the text makes it seem like she's going to be a big threat from what we got earlier, but I don't know that right now. It was just more so obvious that Hashimoto was the big threat.
間宮さんは僕や橋本さんと同じく人間ってものはそう簡単には狂わないってスタンスだと思ってました。
Mamiya-san, I thought you were with me and Hashimoto-san on the opinion that people aren't driven mad so
これ
easily.
だけ実例見せられたらもう十分よ。あなたについては最初からどういう人となりだったかも知らないしね。
I've seen more than enough counter-arguments for that here, and it's possible that you were like that from the start.
あなたが平然と彼女にそういう命令ができるほど狂ってて、彼女がそれを受け入れるほど狂ってた可能性はある。
You could be insane enough to order her to do that like it was nothing, and she could have been insane enough to comply.
そしてもしそうなら私たちは見事に騙されることになる。
And if that's true, we're being played like fiddles.
もうたくさんだ。
I've had
も
enough.
うたくさんですよ。何をやっても疑われるのは。
I've had enough of being suspected no matter what I do.
曖昧だ。貴様は偽物なのだから。
Of course you would be. You're a fake snake. Again. I don't think anyone's gonna believe him, even though he's telling the truth.
あなたこそが人の偽物でしょうが、僕とあなたは同類だ。信用もない、人望もない、どこまでも異端分子。
And you're a fake human. We're the same. No one trusts either of us. We're unpopular outcasts.
お、どっちが勝つかな。
Ooh, who will win this one?
さま、しかもち。
Shikamochi, you little.
私は、久石さんを信じるよ。私のことを人だって言ってるし。
I'll believe Fusaishi-san even said that I'm
そ
human.
っか。僕は、ハッサンは超怪しいと思うな。
Really? My intuition tells me that Hassan's pretty shady. And here we go. Another one of the so-called confirmed dangerous components because their intuition is too sharp.
間宮女子は彼を信じないということで良いのかね。
Miss Mamiya, can I assume you don't believe him? She was conflicted, obviously.
あなたは
Rikako-san, you...
私は、狼が、狼をほふったとは。
I find it hard to believe that a wolf got rid of a wolf. You say that, Rikako, but a lot of these things have been like chess and checkers where you gotta make sacrificial moves to win. In checkers, the way to do it is you want to get more captures out of it than you do sacrifices, but if you can ensure a sacrifice, then that's still pretty good.
いやしかし私から見ればそれが起きたと考えるしか。
But from my perspective, that's exactly what happened.
狼は、親子3匹。その間にも、
The,
特別な絆がありましょう。
the wolves are two mates and a child. There must be a strong bond between them.
私たちが、霧を恐れ、宴を敬い、安水のためにくぐられることを。
While we fear the mist, respect the feast and find it acceptable to hang others for Yasumizu.
狼の方も、他の狼よりし、
The wolves, yeah.
是とするはずです。
The wolves would most likely help and protect one another. Well, her logic is not wrong since at the beginning of these feasts, the wolves are in the minority. But the wolves are quickly gaining the majority here because it's been played smart so far, though we've been kind of forced to play smart thanks to all the looping being canon to the story. That may have been the original
それ
intent.
ならなおさら、香織さんが犠牲的精神でああやったのかも。
Then maybe that was Kari-san's self-sacrifice for the other wolves.
違うっつんだよ。
Like hell.
おふくろは狼にされて兄貴も殺さねえとなんねえでそれで狂っちまったんだよ。
She was made into a wolf, forced to kill Aniki and went
ま
insane.
だそれだけだ。それ以上の悪どいことなんて考えてねえ。
That's it. She wasn't thinking any evil shit. That was probably how I'd have been if I were a local. Perhaps Kari-san might have been thinking something like that too. She died because of a bargain, her giving up on life and my sinister plotting. If Rikako-san was right and there was some sort of bond between the wolves, it didn't apply to us outsiders. Shamie had proven that last time when she'd cruelly used an outsider wolf as a sacrifice. Anyway, now that I had Rikako-san's and Yoshisugu-kun's vote, I couldn't lose now. I had no idea what Mochi would do, but he could easily vote as we want. hunted him to, despite knowing it was a mistake. There was no need to worry.
ねえこちゃん、どっちに投票する？
Meiko-chan, who are you voting for?
おじちゃん、狼？
Mister, are you wolf?
違うと言っているだろう。
I'm saying I'm not. She might believe him because she's a child, but let's see how that plays out. Like, children aren't the smartest at making these kinds of decisions about whether someone's telling the truth or not. They're just not that experienced, but at the same time, their curiosity is a big thing, and so their curiosity will be able to point out things that don't make sense even if they don't understand that. So that's pretty much why you want to pay attention to what children say too.
お兄ちゃんは人よね。
Oni-chan, you're human?
僕は猿だ。つまり人だ。
I'm a monkey, that means I'm human.
お姉ちゃん。
Oni-chan,
私も人です。
I am human as well.
ふざゆきさん。
Fusi Ayuki-san,
僕は
I'm human.
君は狼の味方をしたいのかもしれないけど、だったら僕は君の味方にはなれない。
If you want to be friends with the wolves, then I can't be friends with you. Ba.
メイコ、お願い。
Mako, please wake up. I hate you. Mako is actually kind of manageable. We continued to argue for a while, but no one provided anything decisive. Noon came and everyone became hungrier and exhausted. Even so, no one said that we should vote because it was clear to us all that the results would be inconclusive. If it continued like this, no one would be hanged, human or wolf. That'd mean their defeat. But anyone who suggested that we not vote would be considered a wolf. Thus, the only one who suggested we end it was Mako, but only because she was hungry. Time passed by and we didn't get anywhere.
お腹すいた。
I'm hungry. How many times are you gonna say that, brat?
あまり
We do not have much. We do not have much time.
片付けのことも考えると、もう宴をしまわないと。
We must clean up. We must clean up as well. If we do not end it fast, it will be bad for
で
us.
人を任す気なの。
You want the humans to lose just like that?
隠れなければ同じです。
Same will happen if we
マミヤ
hang.
さん、頼みます。あなたが信じてくれれば。
Ami-san, please, you just have to believe me.
もうどうすればいいの？
What am I supposed to do here?
僕もいい加減疲れてきたな。なんでみんな票取んないの？
I'm getting tired here. Why aren't we voting yet anyway?
わからぬ者は黙っていろ。
If you don't know, shut up.
ちゃんには期待してないもん。ハッサン、なんで？
I don't expect anything from you. Hassan, why aren't we voting?
僕に投票したいであろう人と野里さんに投票したいであろう人が数が同じだからさ。
Because the amount of people who'd vote for me and those who'd vote for him is the same.
ヨッシーとハルちゃんとリッちゃんとハッサンがおっちゃんに投票。ふむふむ。
So Yoshi, Haru-chan, Rick-chan, and Hassan would vote for Uncle, I see. Yeah, then it'll go to a tiebreaker. But at that point, it would still be, wouldn't it? Yeah, because let's see. Without those two in it, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, it's a numbers problem, even if it goes to a final vote.
お、じゃあ僕がおっちゃんに投票すれば解決すんじゃないか。早く言ってよ、もう。
Why didn't anyone tell me that it'd all be over if I just voted for him too?
待て。これは人の敗北につながる道だ。
No, wait, that lead to the humans' defeat. Well, that's our goal there, Kinosuke, but your death alone won't ensure it. We have to take out the crow, too, to kind of ensure our victory. Let's see, so if we take out 2 of them, there will be 6 left. Which means that we kind of can get a majority. But that would be hard to say. It just depends on how much of a threat Mamiya-san is this time, because I'm not too sure if we can trust the text about her being a big deal if it's like this.
まあ、どうせ負けるならパッパと負けようよ。いいんじゃない？狼が勝ってもさ。
If we're gonna lose, let's just get it over with. Who cares if the wolves win?
鴨志田様。猿の加護者が。
Kamashita-sama. No, Kamashita-sama, that is not something the monkey should
しょう
say.
がないよ。僕は桔梗の。
Whatever, I'm an eccentric.
そっくりだ。
You're just like him. Huh? Kinosuke, she's quiet, sad voice drew everyone's attention, not just Mochi's.
お前は、そっくりだよ。先々先代、お前の、高祖父殿に。
You're just like the head of the family from 3 generations ago. Your great-great-grandfather. Interesting that he's saying
ど
this.
ういうことです？
What do you mean?
野里家は長者では3番目の序列。1位の身車、2位の樋口とは、格も資産も大きく及ばない。
The Nasato family is third in terms of importance. The Migurama are first, the Higuchi are second. Our standing in wealth doesn't even compare to theirs.
家業たる本草学、医術の知識にしても、変遷する時代の中で、次第に意味を失ってきたものだ。
With the recent advances in medicine herbalism, our family trade grew useless over the years.
それでも我々が、長者家として今も流らえているのは、我々が、カラスの精神を持って、
However,
研究に励んだからだ。
However, we continued to survive as a head family because we focused on studying research following the mentality of the
カ
crow.
ラスの精神？
Mentality of the crow?
爪を食ろうては技を盗み、目を食ろうては文を盗み、
Devour
食
the,
ろうてはことを盗むべし。
devour the claws and still the skills. Devour the eyes and still the writings. Devour the tongue and still the words.
と不死吉に捧ぐるが、カラスの志なり。
Offering those up to Fushioshi shall be as the will of the crow.
精神なんて最近の言葉だから間違いだってパパは言ってたぜ、おっちゃん。
Uncle, Daddy said that mentality is a new word, so it's actually wrong.
上げ足を。とにかく、屍を食い、知識を盗むような真似をしてでも、勉学に励み、里に転身すべしとの教えだ。
Do not bother me with that anyway. It means that we must contribute to our homeland through learning, even if it means preying on the dead and stealing knowledge.
富士吉の米？
Fushioshi, is that the old name for Fujiyoshi?
今なんか関係あんのかよそれ。
How's that related?
失礼したわ。
Sorry.
我々は西洋医学にも、機械にも、技術にも多岐に先んじて学び、励むことで生き延びた。
We survived by learning Western medicine, engineering, and technology before the other families.
植松とは大違いで。
Most excellent. How unlike the Uematsu.
伝統の重荷ばかりを負わされたあなた方には申し訳なく思っています。
You have my sympathies for growing up with nothing but the burden of tradition.
とにかくそのようになりふり構わず学ぶ姿勢が我々を生きながらえさせたが、
Now we survived through a dedication to
その屋台骨
learn.
が崩れかけたことがあった。
Now we survived through a dedication to learning, but there was a moment when the entire structure almost fell apart.
それが先々先代の時だった。あれは狂っていた。
That was the time of the
ず
head.
ば抜けた俊英ではあった。
That was the time of the head of the family from 3 generations ago. He was insane, but at the same time an unparalleled genius.
積極的に村の外に出ては常人には理解の及ばぬ投資や起業を繰り返し、大戦をも正気として蓄財を重ねていった。
He amassed incredible wealth by leaving the village and investing in businesses and markets no normal person could understand. Even the war was a business opportunity for him.
しかしその後、すべての証文や権利書をどこぞに放棄し、かねてより用意していた安水の屋敷に引きこもったのだ。
But soon after that, he threw away all contracts and deeds and shut himself in his mansion in Yasumizu.
火の車に陥った本家を尻目に、奴はここで晩年にわたるまで長者の意向によって人倫にもとる振る舞いをし通した。
While the main house was in severe financial distress, he spent the rest of the days here using his power as a village head to perform inhumane things.
私が知っているのは最晩年の先々先代だが、思いつきで動物を大量に殺して楽しんでいた。
As far as I know,
そっくりだ。
he killed animals by the dozen on a whim, just like you.
おお。
Whoa.
だからこそお前は拝借されたのだ。先々先代の再来、野里家に、ひいては藤吉に最悪をもたらすと思われてな。
That's why you were disowned. They thought you were the second coming of your great-great-grandfather and that you'd bring ruin to Nasato. No Fujiyoshi.
そして今も、こうしてこの場をいい加減な言説で煙に巻こうとしている貴様など一票を担うに値せんよ。
And now you're here nonchalantly making a mess of this life and death situation. You don't deserve a single vote. But he does deserve a vote. So we already know that his intuition is at play, and you admitted that his second great grandfather also had good intuition.
言うけど、カラスの志がおっちゃんのどこにあるのかな？
You say that, but do you have any of the will of the crow in you?
よそかぶれで藤吉をバカにして、安水をもっとバカにして、別にちゃんと働くでもなくさ。
You remain an outsider, belittle Fujiyoshi, you ridicule Yasumizu, and you don't even do proper work.
僕だってみんなのために黙ってることだってあるんだ。
Even I can sometimes shut up for everyone else, for everyone's sake, you know. Oh, how I wanted him to shut up right now. Hasan? Yes?
僕、おっちゃんに票入れるから。
I'll vote for
安
Uncle.
心して投票に移りなよ。
Relax and start the vote.
待って、本当にこれでいいの？
Wait, is that really
うる
okay?
せえな。てめえも結局、てめえで思ってるだけのことをずっと心配してるだけだろうがよ。
Shut up, you've spent all this time doing nothing but worry about what you think.
もう時間がありません。
We are running out of
これか
time.
ら票を取ります。
Let's start the vote.
クソがー！
Damn it. Damn it. These were the results. Sakomamiya Kinosuke Misato and Mako voted for Haruaki Fusaishi. While Yoshisugu Oribe, Haru Makishima, Rikako Uematsu, Chikamochi Kamoshida, and Haruaki Fusaishi voted for Kinosuke Misato. 5 against 3. It was more difficult than I had expected, but it was decided that Kinosuke Nasatoshi would be hanged. Though he didn't struggle much, Kinosuke muttered things under his breath the whole time. He was probably cursing me. How pathetic. I wanted to get this over with as soon as possible. I really did.
ハッサンが噛みつかれたらいけないから、僕がおっちゃん突き落とそっかな。ワクワク。
We don't want him biting Hassan or something, so I'll be the one pushing him down. Yay! You little
鴨志田様、私が
Kamoshida-sama, allow
お
me.
っちゃんを喜ばすことないのに。
Why make him happy?
野里様、こんなことになり
Misato-sama, I'm sorry. Misato-sama, I'm sorry things turned out this way.
リカ子さんは私が狼だと
You truly believe I
信じて
am
おられるのでしょうな。
You truly believe I am a wolf, I assume?
はい。そうでなければ、人をくくるなど
Yes, I would not hang a human. Yes, I would not hang a human.
いいでしょう。あなたもいずれ真実を知り、
Very
そうす
well.
ることになる。
Very well, you will eventually find out the truth and
そ
despair.
の時のお気持ちを思えば、申し訳なくこそ思え。
Knowing
の
what
はずもありません。
knowing what you will feel then makes me feel regret rather than anger.
いっそリカ子さんが狼なら、あなたを生かすためと、
Oh, if
張
only,
って死ねますものを。
oh, if only you were a wolf, then I could have proudly died to keep you alive.
それだと、あなたの命を、1日か2日流らえるだけの、
With this, I
手にしか
will.
なれそうにない。
With this, I will only be a shield that gives you a day or two more.
申し訳、
My apologies.
汚れも、病毒も、引き取れるものなら、いくらでも、引き取りますものを。
If I could take in the corruption and all other poisons, I would have done it long
リカ
ago.
子さん、あなたはもっと、自分の心と体を、大事にしなきゃいけませんよ。
You really need to treasure your heart and body more.
私はただ、好きで、自分の勝手で、自分の死に意味を見出したいだけなのですから。
I am merely doing this out of love. No, I simply want to find meaning in my own death.
妻子春明、一つだけ言っておこう。
Haruaki Fusaishi, hear this.
貴様の非道は、早晩露呈する。勝つか負けるかは知らん。しかし、
Your your misdeeds will become known whether you win or lose. And that we very well are aware of. Because the audience at this point knows Haruaki is a wolf.
悪党なら悪党なりの教授を持って、女性を泣かすような真似はこれ以上したもうな。
However, find whatever semblance of pride a villain like you may have and stop doing things to make women cry.
最後ですので勘違いを解いて差し上げます。リカ子さんとの間には何もありません。
Since this is the last time we'll talk, let me clear this up. There's nothing between me and Rikako-san.
そうですね。
Yes,
あ
indeed.
とご承知の通り僕は狼ではありません。
Also, as you are aware, I'm not a wolf.
いよいよ傑作だ。
What a circus this has been.
狼は銃を持ってるとかじゃなかったかね。苦しみは一瞬だ。ぜひお願いしたいところだがね。
Don't you wolves have guns or something? The suffering from that would be over in an instant. Please do shoot
あな
me.
たの迫真の演技には賞賛を送るべきかもしれませんが、正直もうたくさんだ。
I'm willing to praise your excellent performance, but honestly, I've had enough.
私も貴様の顔を見るのはたくさんだ。
I had enough of looking at your face too. Fine by
と
me.
っとと消えろよ。
Just fucking go.
言われずとも。
You don't have to tell me that.
しい
May I?
下がってください。
Please back away, Rikako-san. What?
下がって。
Back away.
自分でやれますのでね。
I shall do this myself. She backed off. Ah. Yeah. Until the very end, he was so pitiful. So human. He jumped, fell, and with a pathetic sounding cry stopped breathing. Everyone separately whispered, "Rise not," and left the graveyard. Things were going as well. Not going as always, until the moment.
そうだわ。
He's right. She said
い
that.
ろいろあってすっかり忘れてた。
I completely
芹
forgot.
沢さんが自殺した銃、あれを探すって話は？
We said we'd search for the gun Serizawa-san used to kill herself. Everyone froze.
一番危惧すべきは、狼が銃と弾丸を持ち帰ったということだと思うんです。
I believe we should fear the worst, that the wolves took both the gun and the bullets.
実在が不確かな銃を必要以上に恐れるのもどうかとは思うんですが。
I do understand that it does and makes complete sense to fear a gun that, for all we know, might not
それでも
exist.
この後、各自の部屋をざっとでも見て回る必要があると思います。
But I believe we should check everyone's rooms.
それで見つかるように隠すかは怪しいけど、
Hmm,
どう
I'm,
思います？
I'm not so sure if they would hide it somewhere so obvious. What do you
探
think?
す姿勢を見せることが大事です。
I think it's important to show that we're willing to search. Let's do it. Fine by me. During the second feast after Chimi had died, we talked about where the gun may have went. But after we hanged the old wolf guy, everyone had forgotten about that. I was actually curious about it too. Honestly, if I had to guess, I'd say the Great Lord Shinai cleaned it up. Just like he did with the wolf outfit, but it'd be bad for us if Mochi or someone else got their hands on it. I'd gotten this far. I really didn't want to die to a goddamn gunshot right before the finish
そうで
line.
すね。放置しても危険です。
Yes, it's dangerous to just leave
生死に
it.
関わらず、全員の住居を改める方がいいでしょう。
We should look through everyone's houses whether they're alive or
て
not.
めえらのどっちかから出てくるわけだよな。
It'll be in one of your rooms, won't it?
一応言っておくけど、狼が持ち去ったかどうかは不明だからね。
Just so you know, it's not clear whether a wolf actually took it.
そして、私から見れば、あなただって疑いがゼロじゃない。
And if you ask me, you're not free of suspicion yourself.
分かった。悪かったよ。やめようぜ。無駄なそういうの。
Alright, sorry, let's stop wasting time on that
いい
shit.
わ。でも、時間はないのよね。
Good, we don't have much time though.
僕と吉嗣君とモッチーで協力すれば、橋本さんの遺体の片付けは早く終わるでしょう。
Mochi Yoshisugu-kun and I should be enough to finish cleaning up Hashimoto-san's remains in time.
全部回った方がいい。足りなきゃ明日、もう一度回ればいいです。
You should give a look to all of them, even if it's brief. If it's not enough, we can look around more thoroughly tomorrow.
ですね。
That is true, it will take time.
余るでしょうから。
That is true, it will take time after
なんな
all.
ら、男子の住居を優先的に調べられますか？
Why not start with the men's places
う
first?
わ、エッチ。
Whoa, pervs.
こんな時にふざけんなかもしら。俺は構わねえ。見つかって困るもんは何一つねえから。
Don't mess around at a time like this, Kamoshida. I don't care. I ain't hiding anything.
それは、なんかやだ。男は男で調べてよ。女は女で調べるし。
I don't want to do that. You men can have the men's rooms. We'll check out the
こん
women's.
な時だから、本当は全体でやるのがいいんでしょうけど、ひとまずはそれでいいかしら。
It'd be best to look around as a group given the situation, but that'll work for now.
わかりました。まずは、私たちで、
Very
女性の
well.
お部屋
Very well. We will begin.
と改めましょう。
Very well. We will begin by looking at things left behind by the
わ
women.
かりました。それじゃあ僕らは、
Fine by me. We'll go then.
はい。心苦しいですが、どうか
Yeah.
お願いいたします。
Yes, it pains me to have you do this yourselves, but please. The cleanup wasn't unexpectedly easy. Of course it was. We'd cut him into smaller pieces to make it easy. After 4 trips of putting his remains on a door and carrying it to Saranaga, all of him was in there. We also threw in the bloody futon and the cloths we'd use to wipe. After we washed our hands, we were done, so we went to join the girls in searching for the gun. They were all in the dorm, Haru-chan's room. Their faces were completely frozen. What happened? After a moment I realized, no way, mistake. A mistake like this? Mommy's son was holding a new dark flashlight.
ごく新しいものね。海外メーカー製。作りもしっかりしてる。
It's really new
くらい
foreign.
かしら。
It's really new foreign made, well designed too. Must have cost around 5,000 yen.
電池はまだある。買った時についてたと思しき電池のままで。これも海外製。
There's still batteries inside. They're also foreign and look like ones that came with the flashlight.
冬の夜にこんなものがなぜ必要なのか。
Why would anyone need this on nights when they have to shelter? Sako Mamiya's face was soon warped by a look of victorious, decisive
お
rage.
小遣いも満足にもらえない彼女がどうしてこんなものを持てたのか。
Why would a girl that barely gets any allowance have something like this? I looked and noticed that Rikako Uematsu's face was full of contempt and mercy.
外でこれを買って彼女に与えられたのが誰だったのか。
Who bought this outside the village and gave it to her? Haru Makishima's face was pale with fear, despair, and realization of her failure.
妻子春秋牧島春。
Haruaki Fusaishi, Haru Makishima,
弁明はあるかしら。
do you have any excuses? I had to think. There had to be something. Haru-chan's face might have said it all, but I had to be able to explain and let us both get through this. Hey Mira, how's it going? And did you check out today's question of the day? It's a new one for the stream, I feel like, but you might have answered that to me before. Oh, did you sleep well? Yep, it's a new question as far as I know. Yeah. Let's see. Well, I'll let you answer that if you feel like it, because I'm interested in seeing how much of a threat Mamiya becomes here. Yep. That is definitely a good anime. But I had, let's see, back to here. But I had to be able to explain it and let us both get through this. There had to. Crap. All the lies I could think of would only let one of us survive, me. Oh well, it'd be pretty forced, but I had to turn the flashlight into a personal gift from me to her. Yeah, I remember you talking about Blue Lock a lot. Let's see. She said she liked SF movies, and I happened to have 2 flashlights, so I gave her one. It completely ignored the foundation that stated that everyone else would know about this if we talked about it at night. But I could force this and make them believe. A few seconds passed, but I was still in the safe zone.
それは
That's a
黙れ。
shut up. I blacked out for a moment and fell to the floor. A dull impact slammed into my face just now. Oh man, I so wish that this was an anime instead of a visual novel so I could just watch this beating. See. I blacked out for a moment and fell to the floor. A dull impact slammed into my face just now.
何をするのですか？
What are you doing?
こいつに、
Don't move.
こいつに、これ以上、
Don't let this asshole talk. Of course I wasn't in the safe zone. The Feast of the Yomi Purge was a game of communication, but it didn't forbid violence. Some got the upper hand by communicating using only words, while those who couldn't would naturally try getting their point across through other means. I'd underestimated that fact. Yoshisugu Oribei's violence quickly neutralized me. Head, back, arms, the legs still hurting from the sprain. Chair, sticks, he used whatever he could to get his hands on and beat me senseless. I couldn't resist in any meaningful way. He was well trained and had the motivation, bloodlust to go with the violence. It continued until Rikako-san brought a rope. My consciousness was faint, but I hadn't lost it yet. By the end, I just meekly begged for him to stop. I might have even cried, but I was shown no mercy. Before I knew it, it was dark. I seemed to be in the prefab. In the end, I didn't know what was what, so I'd probably lost consciousness. The wolf outfit was right next to me. Time for work, huh? I could move, somehow a bit of wiggling around, and I felt something fall off of me. The rope tied around me had been torn and undone. Moving around caused me pain so immense that I couldn't even moan anymore. Even thinking was a challenge. I couldn't do anything like this. The clothing was right there, but I couldn't wear it or get up or walk. Oh. They'd beat me to a pulp to see whether someone would die. Hey, with me like this. There wasn't any need to remove limbs, huh? A good beating was more than enough to incapacitate a person for the night. They'd probably done the same to Haru-chan. We were checkmated. Oh well, this was just a careless mistake, those sorta happen. I just wouldn't give Haru the flashlight next time. She could have easily gotten this far without it.
違いますぞ。
That is wrong, villain. I heard a voice right next to me. Fighting the pain, I turned to the source and saw her wearing that weird
こ
outfit.
の娘があれを送られて、内心どれほど喜んだか、ご存知ないか。
So you do...
女子とは、貢ぎ物を喜ぶ生き物であろう。
So you do not understand just how happy she was when you gave her that gift? Surely you know that women are animals who enjoy tribute.
あれもなくば、悪党殿は未だ、他人行儀に呼ばれておるであろうよ。
Without it, she would have still been treating you like a stranger. Then, it was a hoarse voice. They must have hurt her throat.
じゃあ次は消えてなくなるものでも送り
Then
ます
next,
スイーツとか
the next time I'll bring her something consumable like some sweets.
無理じゃ、無理。貴様は十二分に疑われ、何かきっかけがあれば、
It would do.
当然であった。
It would do you no good. This is simply the natural result of drawing too much suspicion.
薄汚い狼の皮から抜け落ちた毛一本が出ても、貴
A,
様
sing-
は同じ目に遭うておったわ。
a single hair from the filthy wolf hide would have resulted in the same outcome.
幾度目か落ちて、ご存知であろう？
Surely you know by now that
同じよう
human...
に動くもの。
Surely you know by now that humans are predictable creatures. Humans aren't the only predictable creatures. Pretty much every animal and such is a predictable creature. Otherwise, we wouldn't have developed traps and that. The only thing that differentiates us humans from other creatures is we've got the intellect and everything to be able to think through things and find weaknesses and even try to overcome weaknesses. That's our only difference.
定めなどと無粋は申しませぬがの同じことが起きれば同じように振る舞う
I shall not call this fate, however.
にじみた代物じゃ
I shall not call this fate, however. It is merely that circumstances prompt similar... No, it is merely that similar circumstances prompt similar actions. Humans are more like machines than you would expect. She had a point. A different situation would cause a different reaction. That was natural. On the other hand, a similar situation would cause similar
そ
reactions.
れじゃあ神様は僕がここで死ぬのは不可避だってそう言いたいんですか？
Are you saying that my death here is
お
inevitable?
やおやおやおやおや我は別に貴様が死ぬなどとは申しておりませぬの悪党殿
Oh my, my, oh my. I have said nothing of your death, villain.
参りましょうぞ霧の山里へ
Let us journey to the misty
こ
mountain.
れが最後の仰せじゃ
This will be our final tryst. I took her hand and strangely enough managed to stand up. She got me in the wolf's clothing. Some water all over it, and the murderer was assembled. She then took me by the hand and led me to the darkness and mist.
どうして僕は生きてるんでしょうか。
Why am I alive?
はるちゃんはどうして無事だったのか。
Also, why is Haru-chan okay?
無事殴る蹴るはされましたぞ。ただ、貴様よりは悪辣に見えなんだ。
Okay,
違いでしょうな。
okay, she was beaten senseless. She simply didn't look as villainous as you. There's nothing more to it.
まあそうか。あれだけ善人面をして正面切って嘘をつきまくったんだから。
Good point. I acted the good guy and lied to them with every
貴
breath.
様と娘が生きておられるのはのう。貴様を放って死なせれば、汚れを浮くのではと。
The only reason you and the girl are alive is because they were afraid that the corruption would take them if they killed you.
それは誰が言い出したんです？
You pointed that out. I want to say Rikako did, but who knows?
この娘をついておるものじゃ。
The one who likes this girl. Mochi?
モッチーか。
Mochi, huh? He probably said that just to keep her alive a bit longer.
誰を殺しますかの？
Now, who would you kill?
織部義継を。
Yoshisugu Oribe?
カラスのカゴ車か。
The crow?
彼を生かすと野里清之助が人だってのがバレますから。
If we let him live, he'd find out that Kinosuke Nosato was a human.
よい。秋藤殿はそうやってこの後に及んでも悪あがきをなさるがお似合いじゃ。
Good. Struggle. It suits a villain like yourself.
ひどい言い草だ。そんなに人間が滑稽ですか？
What a mean thing to say. Are humans that comical to you?
獣は皆必死に気高を生きる。
All beasts try to live
殿
proudly.
様はすべて我が目には愛おしゅう映りまする。
To me, all of their attempts are worthy of affection. Beasts, huh? Yeah, I really was an insane villain, a wolf. Then, I would just struggle until the very end. I killed Yoshisugu Oribe. I'd mustered some fighting spirit and hatred for what he'd done to me. A hit on the head, another one. Once I was done, Haru-chan applauded. That wasn't because I was doing the right thing from the perspective of the real story. The applause was directed at me as a person. It almost made me cry again. I'd been thrown into such an awful situation and became one of the worst human beings imaginable. Yet I still had someone who acknowledged and accepted me. I had God. I appreciated that she was here. I was lying on some grass, looking up at the milky darkness. Strangely enough, there were no beasts here in the graveyard near the hanging pine.
気張られますね。悪
I see you overdid it, villain.
党春秋殿
Or should I call you Haruaki Dono? It had to be because of her.
とで結構ですよ。
Villain is fine.
これでなんとかなった。
Anyway, it all worked out.
僕らは正体を表す。
Tomorrow will reveal what we are. Tomorrow? Why? They only took out 2 people. They don't have a majority yet. Unless they're counting Mako in there.
そしてメイコを味方につけ勝利する。
We'll then bring Mako to our side and win
そ
this.
して霧が晴れたらどうなされ。
And what will you do once the mist is cleared? I considered giving a vague response, but I knew it was pointless with
ハル
her.
ちゃんを連れてここを出ますよ。
I'll take Haru-chan and leave this place.
貴様はつくづく面白いお方であらせられるの。
Ah, what an interesting man you are.
何がですか？
Why?
神内明神が貴様を逃がすとお思いか。
Do you truly believe Great Lord Shinai would let you escape?
神内明神がですか？もう一つの神とかじゃなく。
Great Lord Shinai, not the third god?
そうじゃ。よもやかの神を侮るなど慢心なすったか。
Oh yes, have you become so prideful that you underestimated that god? No.
僕は神内明神の手の内にあるのですか？
I am within the
死んでい
palm.
た。
I am within the palm of Great Lord Shinai's hand. I thought I was an
そう
exception.
決め込むには貴様はこの地へ落ち返しすぎたのではあらせられまいか。
You have fallen and risen far too many times, I see. That is the only reason you believe that.
ルールは自分で決められるので。
I make my own rules.
そうでございますね。まあでは
Oh
差
yes,
し金どもをどうにかするだけかもしれませぬな。
oh yes, you did. Perhaps you will be able to do something about the snake's dogs.
そりゃめんどくさそうだ。
That sounds like a pain.
それでもやりますよ。
Still, I'll do
こ
it.
の娘のためかや。
For this
それ
girl?
とも我のためかや。
Or perhaps for me?
あなたもはるちゃんも外を連れ回すのは楽しそうだ。
Taking you both outside sounds like a good time.
やはり貴様は悪党であられる。
You truly are a
女
villain.
が泣いたことじゃろうな。
You truly are a villain. You've left many a woman in tears, I
お
assume.
うこれはこれは。
Oh, now this is something. I wondered what she meant by that, but then I realized that I'd been had again. Telepathy was some messed up
プ
shit.
ライバシーの侵害ですよ。スケベな神様。
That's an invasion of privacy, pervy god.
つくづく失礼なお方よ。
What an uncouth man you are.
して明日はどうなさるおつもりじゃ。
What are you planning to do tomorrow?
僕とあなたじゃないはるちゃんで狼であることを明かします。
You, I mean Haru.
安永くんがしたように。
You, I mean Haru-chan and I would reveal her the wool. Almost like Yasunaga couldn't have done the first
そ
time.
れでメイコを味方につける。
Then we'd take Mako to our side. Mako's anger was probably the kind you'd direct at someone close to you. It was just a bit too strong. Like the real story said, she believed the wolves were good and humans were evil. It wasn't born out of Yasumizu's madness, but out of childish purity. Thus she assumed that Rikako-san and I were evil and felt betrayed. If I revealed that I was a wolf, she'd gladly join me, most likely. With that, we'd have 3 votes and wouldn't be lynchable anymore. There was the chance that it could turn physical then, but I just neutralized Yoshisugu-kun, the one most likely to do it. Our victory was certain.
それはうまくいきませんぞ。
That would not go well. Ah, so she's the one that says it, huh? Because I was gonna say that the text here made Mamiya seem like that she would be our next big opponent after Hashimoto. but we haven't seen anything yet except for the flashlight discovery. Like, her reasoning is not completely wrong, she just doesn't come off as quite observant as Hashimoto. And so the flashlight moment's probably a big blow to us. We lost the crow, so we don't have anything to worry about being exposed through our lies. We just have to worry about the flashlight incident and how much it'll matter. But yes, it all just depends on how observant Mamiya really is in these matters.
わかるんですか?
You know, I do. Alright. I think I want to hear what the god has to say here. But before I do, I want to check on things here. I'm gonna check a guide not because I'm lost, although I could be wrong in this choice that I'm making. I just want to take a look at a guide to see how far along I am. Okay, let's see, we are on part 3. Okay. Oh, we're pretty close here. So, after I answer this one, I've got one more question. And depending on how it goes, I would get another key. So we're quite close to the end of this route. So, let us go with what I was gonna say. What should we do then?
こうじゃ。
This. Huh? I thought I'd gotten used to pain by now, but I was oh so wrong. Where'd she get that branch? I wanted to ask that, but I wasn't in a state to do it, for I was already lying defenseless on the grass. I felt my limp body get dragged. Another thing. No. いいね。
いいんだ。
This is fine.
これで。
This is fine. I heard her whisper that over and over again. The 19th. The next morning, I woke up in a lot less pain. Though I couldn't even tell if I'd actually woken up. My consciousness was far too vague. Last night I'd gotten beat up so badly I couldn't even stand. None of my wounds were life-threatening, but that was why my body was sensitive to every injury, sending pain signals to my brain. I felt like I just recovered from paralysis. This is normal. The fact that I could walk around at night was the anomaly. My body had been bound once more. Had Great Lord Shinai actually tied me up again? Had he restored the torn ropes or something? No. It was tied differently and over a different spot. This was a different rope put on me sometime later. Also, the knot seemed kind of clumsy. It was Haru-chan. She was using me for something.
立てる? Fusaishi Haruaki.
Can you stand Haruaki Fusaishi? She entered like it was no big deal. They'd confiscated my key, apparently. Ah. Are we gonna have the beating until Haruaki admits something? Is that what's gonna happen here?
何
What?
手
Why? I couldn't force my voice into
いい
words.
わ引きずっていくから
It's fine, I'll just drag you. She was curt with me. However, I could tell from her voice and actions that she was perplexed by something. She actually dragged me still bound down the hill into the plaza, leaving me even more beat up. It was hard to get me up the steps to the hall, though. She kicked me in frustration and I somehow crawled up. Everyone was already there. Rikako Uematsu, Meiko, Chikamochi Kamoshida, and
ようおいでになったの。町のお方。
I see you arrived, city dwellers. What the? Why is it this persona? What? It was morning, and yet she was...
これは
What?
どういうことなんなのよこれは
What's going on here? She directed that shout at me, but it was clear who the source of her confusion was.
何をわめいておられる町の奥方。よもや、まだこの山里の断りをご承知ないと仰せか
By the wailing city lady, do not tell me that you do not know of the nature of this village.
お姉ちゃん、変。
One-chan, you're weird.
植松さん説明してくれないかしら
Uematsu-san, can you explain?
牧島春様は以前にも
Haruaki Makishima. Sama has been in this state before. What?
狼つき。
Possessed by a wolf. Huh?
そうじゃ
Yes, that would be me. What?
やれやれ。やれやれやれ。黄泉があまりに退屈ゆえ。
Oh dear.
とかかとにせがんで霧に紛れ落ちまいってみたが
Oh dear. Oh dear me. Yomi was so boring that I badgered father and mother to use the mist to rise back up again.
トトは早速戻らされカカも先に戻ってしもうた
But father was sent back soon after we began and mother also returned.
まあ暇は潰れたかの散々殺して我は満足しておりますぞ
Well, it was an amusing...
用心の子たる人の皆々様
Well, it was an amusing diversion. Humans, children of great Lord Shinai. I am satisfied with all the killing I did.
ちょっとどういうことよ狼ってそういうものなの
What is this? Is this what the wolves really are?
かつて人は狼を殺した
The humans had killed the
恨み
wolves.
を晴らすために
The humans had killed the
狼の
wolves.
都は
No.
さらながより落ちきたる
The humans had killed the wolves. They rise again from Saranaga to have their revenge.
ストーリーのことじゃなくてこんな本当のその
I'm not talking about the story. Well, this is really happening, Mamiya.
秘境の振る舞い
The eccentricity?
そう読み意味の宴ってそういうことじゃないはずでしょ
Yes, that's not what the feast is supposed to be, is it?
これは殺人事件のはずでしょ
It's just a serial killing, isn't it?
私はこのようなことが起きても
I
驚
might
きは
find
しても
I might find this
思いません
I might find this event surprising, but I do not find it especially outlandish.
鴨志田君
Seriously, Kamoshida-kun?
僕には、わかんない。
I don't
り
know.
っちゃん、はるちゃんの病気、治ったんじゃなかったんだね。
Rick-chan, wasn't she supposed to be
本
cured?
来ならば狼付きなどであれば雲の力で引き取るなど
Normally, yes.
付き物です。
Normally, yes, but possession by the wolf is too much even for the
レ
spider.
アのはしためは神内明神の末のお守り狩り場の主に
The
か
bedroom,
ら挑めようがありましょうか。
the bedroom woman's servant stands no chance against Great Lord Shinai, son's prime guardian, the Lord of the Hunt.
よくわかんないからさ、一個だけ聞きたいんだけど、
I don't really get it, but
はるちゃんは、昔こうなった時から、狼になる運命だったってこと？
was she gonna end up a wolf ever since she became like this all those years ago?
わかり
I do not know.
昔こうなった？
All those years ago?
いかにも、いかにも。
Ah, indeed, indeed.
我は8年前、くくられ、黄泉に戻されたところを、霧に迷いしこの娘の器に、落ち戻ることができたのじゃ。
When I was hanged 8 years ago, as I journeyed back to Yomi, I found this girl wandering in the mist and took her as my vessel.
ところが、早々に霧が引いてしまいましての、宴が引けてしもうた。
But then the mists retreated and the feast ended with it.
それで、次の宴を待っておったのじゃ。
Thus I waited for the next feast. Ace.
どうなされた町のお方。口で仰せずば。
What is it?
わかりませぬぞ。
What is it, city dweller? I cannot understand you if you speak so quietly. Lies. You were no wolf. You weren't destined to get the wolf's blessing. You already knew the real story. You knew exactly what I wanted to say. Why was she tilting her head and smiling? No, I knew her intention.
さてさて。さて。さて。さて。
Now,
こ
now,
たびの宴も、随分と寂しくなったことであるし、
now, this feast had become quite lonely. But I couldn't understand it.
よろしかろう
So why not hang me? Why would she go this far?
どうするの？どうすればいいの？
What do we do? What can we do?
島春様は今朝
When we found Haru,
おられました。
when we found Haru Makishima-sama, she was unbound.
錠前をものともせぬ狼様なら
That had to
あ
be
り得るこ
po-
とかもしれません。
that had to be possible for the Okami-sama. Even locks mean nothing to him after
そ
all.
れじゃ
Then
それじゃこいつが動けてないのはどういうことなのよ。
why hasn't he moved?
こいつが牧島春が人だって言ったからライトを渡してたから狼に間違いないって。
He's the one who said that Haru Makishima was a human and gave her the flashlight. He's supposed to be a wolf,
おっしゃ
right?
いましたね、間宮様が。
That's what you said, Mamiya-sama.
どう説明するのよ。なんでこいつが嘘つく必要があったっていうのよ。
How else do you explain it? Why did he have to lie?
すべての理由を聞く前に
Yoshisu...
ヨシ
Yoshi's...
ヨシ
Yoshi's...
様でした。
Yoshisugu Oribe attacked him before he could give his reason.
あなただって止めなかっただろうが
You didn't stop him either.
昨日のことで
Yes, I'll stop scolding.
間宮様を非難するのは
Yes, I will stop. Yes, I will stop scolding you for what happened yesterday.
しかしどれほど恥でも間違いは自ら正さねばなりません。
However, no matter how disgraceful, you must right your own
大
wrongs.
師様
Fusaishi-sama,
おつらいでしょうがお願いいたします。
it must hurt, but
本
please
当のことをお話しください。
tell us the truth.
と、
Uh, um,
ない。
not all.
はっきり言ってよ
Say clearly.
僕は、
I'm
狼じゃ
not a wolf.
僕は、ビタ、
I'm the snake.
僕は、ヘビだ。
I'm the snake.
はるちゃんのことが
I fell for cough cough.
好きになったから嘘を
I
言った。
I fell for Haru-chan, so I lied. I
迷った迷い続けて
I was really conflicted.
はるちゃんだけは勝てるように
I wanted only Haru-chan to win.
他の
And
神を
so I got rid of
死にした
rid of the other wolves.
狼を二人まで見つけ蛇としての信頼を得て一人の狼を
You found
続けて
two wolves, gained trust as a snake while sheltering the last wolf.
それで最後の二人に
You wanted her to be the last. You wanted you and her to be the last survivors?
人を裏切って
Even if it meant betraying the humans? I nodded.
でも
But
あなたの愛した牧島春様は
the Harumakashima,
いないようです。
the Harumakashima-sama you loved seems to be gone.
心はもう狂ってしもうた。
I have consumed her mind. I wanted to shed tears because I actually felt like
最後
crying.
のあの機会はどうして
Lastly,
牧島
why?
春様に
Lastly, why did you
お
give
渡しに
the
なったの？
why did you give the device to Haru Makishima-sama?
ライトはああいうのが好きだって言うからあげ
She said she liked what it did, so I gave it.
仲良くなりたかった
I wanted to get closer to her. My chest hurt. My chest hurt like
夜
hell.
霧を投げば光の線ができたのう。
It created a ray of light in the evening
面
mist.
白うございましたぞ。町のお方。
A curious diversion, city dweller. I could easily lie. The pain in my chest was just from my wounds.
お聞きですか皆様。
Did you hear that?
秋様は 母情ゆえに贈り物をされ
Haruaki-san.
企んだ蛇の加護者でした。
Haruaki-sama was a snake who gave gifts and betrayed humans out of affection.
そして牧島春様こそが最後に
And Haru Makishima-sama was the last wolf.
投票を
We must vote.
待ってありえるの？そんな嘘が本当に？
Wait a minute. Is that even possible? That seems like a bad joke.
夫妻子春明様は安水の出身ではない。母情が使命を
Haruaki-sama's not from us. Fusaishi-sama's not from Yasumizu. It would not be surprising if his affection came before his mission.
鴨志田様
Kamoshida-sama?
はるちゃん、本当にそれでいいんだね。
Haru-chan, are you sure you want this?
何のことかの？
What do you mean?
じゃ、はるちゃんに。
Then I'll vote for Haru-chan.
町の奥方に。
One for the city dweller.
牧島春様に
One for Haru Makishima-sama.
ふさゆきさん。
Fusayuki-san.
夫妻子様投票はできますか？
Fusaishi-sama, can you vote? Rude. Fuck. I had to talk. I was the one who decided to be evil. I had to play the villain until the bitter
い
end.
いわ言わなくても同じだから。
No need to say it, the result won't change.
大志くん悪いけど謝れない。同情はするけどあなたは害悪すぎる。
Fusaishi-kun, sorry, but I won't apologize. I have pity for you, but you're too much of a menace.
牧島春に1票これで3票。彼がどう入れたって覆せないでしょ。
One for Haru Makishima, that's 3 votes. He can't turn it around no matter who he votes
送
for.
ります。
We must hang her. Ugh. Fuck.
ないさんのお守りは
It's been a while since they've sung this song. We kind of skipped this the last few times. Shinai-san's guardians are...
いかがちふましらみガラスよ雲
1 snake, 2 monkey, 3 crow, 4 spider.
しばらくここも見納めじゃの
I believe this is my final look at this place. The funeral was different. The wolf was cheerful. With a spring in her step, she went to the front of the group as if she was excited for what would happen at the hanging pine. I was walking at the very end, supported by Rikako-san. Clearly, it was an act of repentance.
あやしの君とけがらえり
7. The corrupt Yomabito rise to oppose the mountain.
あやしよみびとなきにせん
8. Death of the damned Yomabito is the mandate.
歌うていただけぬのか
What? Must I sing alone? Basically, everyone was uneasy. Of course they would be. They were dealing with an actual god. 1 soul per day now to bind. the mists rise away again. Thus, Shinai-san's guardians are... I had to sing even if I was the only one. How pleasing. That is the only kind of atonement I could make. I have tied the rope. Can I jump? Okami-sama? What is it, priestess of the spider? Why must you rise up every now and again? To punish the humans and the guardians? Yeah. I see. So, you are all still afraid of that. How pitiable. How lovable. Oh, I think I might cry. I shall tell you. We rise up. Because that is how we live. Losing her words, Rikako-san bowed a little and backed away. I believe this is it. Everyone backed away. You have endured this well. She was just too incomprehensible. Thus the end has come. And more than that, her back actually looked divine. I shall excuse myself. She took a step toward the cliff. Haru-chan. Before I knew it, I was the one closest to her. My body and mind were so numb that I couldn't move forward or back. All I could do was call out to her. She'd stopped. I had nothing I could say. That was when the cloth on her face fell away. You realized? I knew it. How uncool. With that, she jumped toward me and kissed my ear. And just like that, she turned around and ran. No, I was the cool one here. I half expected this to happen. I'd seen the signs, and yet I'd still let her do it. No, that was wrong too. She'd lived the way she wanted. Just like I'd asked, she ignored what others thought and gave both her mind and body to sacrifice the unparalleled vice. Was I supposed to be some sort of teacher warning her against it and setting her on the proper path? No. In the end, I was just regretful that I'd broken the rules I'd established. It should have been the other way around. It wasn't supposed to be me. She should have been the villain among villains who betrayed and sacrificed her comrade to live on. She was consumed by the mist. And that was that.
お熱いことね。 それに巻き込まれて死にそうだったって考えたら腹が立つけど。
How passionate. If only it wasn't the reason why I almost died, maybe I wouldn't be so angry.
すみません。
I'm sorry. Mommy's sign closed in on the cliff.
いい？
Come here for a second. Everyone did as she said. Then she dragged the rope up. It was supposed to have Haru-chan's weight on it, yet she could reel it in without any trouble.
何？逃げたの？
Oh, what? Did she escape? In a panic, she quickly brought the long rope back up. Soon enough, we saw the end. Everyone fell silent. What the? There's blood on the noose, so... Did it not go well? Because they say it has been recorded that if there's a problem in the hanging, then they could be actually decapitated instead of having internal decapitation. So if blood's right there, it seems to suggest that her head came flying off. The noose was covered in fresh blood. Haru Makishima's slender neck had been torn the moment the rope went taut. I had no idea what happened next, how I left the graveyard, what the others were doing. The pain and difficulty breathing was just too much at this point. Was I conscious? If so, why couldn't I feel anything? If not, was I asleep or had I fainted? I couldn't tell. My whole body felt heavy and was in pain, feeling completely crushed. I had a nightmare where I was surrounded by countless smiling Haru-chan heads. A dream could only mean that I was sleeping. Before I knew it, the pain had vanished, leaving me to suffer only the regret and sadness. I opened my eyes. Where was I? It looked like a poorly made hut. Right next to me, I saw Rikako-san. Rikako-san. My body was all right. Ow.
ご無理は
Do
なさら
not,
ないで。
do not push yourself. I only hurt because I'd been lying on a hard floor. The wounds were gone, though.
よかった。少し
What a
効いたよ
relief.
うで。
What a relief it seems to have
何
worked.
かしていただけたんですか？
Did you do something?
傷と苦痛を引き取りました。
I took in your wounds and pain. That had to be a joke. Was there anything that Uematsu superpower couldn't
ありが
do?
とうございま
Thank you. I wanted to prioritize gratitude before shock, but then I saw the filthy blood in a bucket at her side.
驚かれましたか？
Shocked, I assume?
植松家の娘の曲芸のようなものです。
This is a little trick
な
we
さらぬよう。
This is a little trick we Uematsu girls
不思
know.
議なことはあるものですね。
Well, that's certainly strange.
そうでしょうか。単に悪いものを移して。
Is it I simply
あ
absorb
んなこと
what
はございません。
I simply absorb whatever is negative is not all powerful.
先ほどもうなされておいででした。
For one, you were writhing just now. That was because of the train, not any wound.
お体は大丈夫ですか？
Are you okay though?
はい。この曲芸のために植松の娘は
Yes,
し
Uematsu.
なれるよう
Yes.
育ちますので。
Yes, Uematsu girls are raised to be used to drawing blood for this trick.
良くなられたならばもう お部屋にお戻りを。
If you are well, then please return to your room.
すみません。
Oh, sorry. I almost forgot. I was a lying snake, the worst possible guardian receiver, who'd almost destroyed the humans. He actually said it.
いえ、あまり
There's no
ありま
time.
せんので。
There's no time for that.
今、何時でしょう？
What time is it?
時計は持っておりません。
I have no
しかし
clock.
夕方です。
I have no clock, but it is evening. And this is the way I'd imagine it for people to be if they use more so the daylight out there instead of an actual clock that they don't really know time other than what the sky is like. And that's also a reason why even those that kind of go to bed and rise with the sun don't have a standard sleep schedule either, even though these days we are recommended to have a regular sleep schedule to be able to have a healthy amount of sleep. But hey, with times like that and how bent we are on times, it's not something that can be expected too much if you're just going by the hours of daylight. Like, I might be paying attention to the time heavily myself, thanks to how often you guys see me taking a look at my phone or other things that might give me the time, or even outside my window, but there's nothing there. But let's see about this. I have no clock, but it is evening. I finally realized that my surroundings were tinted orange.
わかりました。何度お礼を言っても足りませんが、ひとまず、これで。
Alright, I know I can't thank you enough, so I will just take my leave.
不妻子様、
Usaishi-sama? She called out to me, but I didn't turn around.
私はあなたを
I hold no grudge to you.
無理もないことでしょう。人の情けを
I cannot blame... Oh.
向けられても
I cannot blame a human who felt something for a wolf.
藤吉のものとして生まれたのでも藤吉の水に
A man from the city
馴
who...
染んだのでもない。
A man from the city...
方ならば
No, a man from the city who was not born here and was not used to Asumizu yet.
そのような方が宴に招かれるべきでは
Did not belong in the feast in the first... Did not belong in the feast... No. Did not belong in the feast in the first place. She hadn't changed at all.
くれぐれもお気になさらないで。
Do not let it torment you.
不妻子様が勇気を出して
In the end,
最後
you...
に明かして
In the end, you mustered
だ
your...
から
In the end, you mustered your courage and revealed it.
私たちは狼を皆
Because of that,
く
we
くる
were...
ことが
Oh, because of
でき
that...
たのですから
Because of that, we were able to hang all the wolves.
おやすみなさい。
Good night. I was afraid of hearing that emotionless voice say anything more.
さゆきさん、
Sayuki-san? She stood outside the room, but I ignored her.
ハッサン、
Hassan. Someone called out to me from the
言い
mist.
たいことがあるから、
There's something I want to tell you.
また明日。
See you tomorrow. And then he left. I returned to the prefab. Slept. Woke up. changed into the wolf outfit and killed Hisako Mamiya. All by myself. Tuesday the 20th, huh? 5 in the morning. I had no idea if I was just used to this or if the Uematsu's treatment was just that good, but I woke up feeling decidedly neutral. No drowsiness, fatigue, not even the pleasant feeling you got when you stretch to shake off the weight of sleep. We all arrived at the plaza at the same time. Haruaki Fusaishi, Rikako Uematsu, Meiko, and Chikamochi Kamoshida. Okay, so we got 2 people. That's kind of even at this point. Strangely enough, I didn't think this was a coincidence. I felt like we agreed to gather here at the same time, and everyone knows that someone was no longer with us.
間宮久子様が亡くなった。
Hisako Mami-sama is gone. The feast was not over yet.
すなわち、狼はまだ。
In other words, there's still a wolf among us. So we have to get rid of Chikamochi, huh? Usayuki-san.
どうしたの？
What's happening?
メイコちゃん、
Meiko-chan?
僕はね、狼だったんだ。
I'm actually a wolf. What? Why is he saying it now?
本当？
Really?
本当だよ。
Yeah, really.
本当の本当？
Really, really?
本当さ。
Really, 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 really. But of course, right now it's kind of deadlocked, so we'll see what goes on here.
僕は休みずに来て一番正直者だよ。
I haven't been more honest since I came to Yasumizu. The next moment, Meiko clung to me. Ba,
ご
ba.
めんね。ずっと黙ってて。
Sorry for not telling you.
怖かったの。怖かったんだから。
I was
ユミなんとかって。
I was so scared. So scared. I thought you were Yomi something.
ごめんね。
Yeah, sorry. I patted her back and had her hide behind me. 2 votes. A real perfect split.
私もまた情に流されたのかもしれません。
Well, what about it? But anyway, back to this. It appears that I may have let my emotions get the better of me.
非常であるべき読み意味の宴で
Ah, you are, huh? How are you liking it? Let's see. In the Feast of the Yomi Purge, that is a fatal mistake.
冥子のあどけなさに夫妻子様の人当たりの良さに
I was fooled by
春様の狂言に
I was fooled by Meiko's innocence, your sociability, and Haru Makishima-sama's lies. Her lies? But Haru was a wolf. Hmm? That's good that you're liking the manga. Haha, I see. Not surprised there, but as long as it's a good one for you all the way through it, I've encountered at least like one kind of manga called I want to say Love and Lies or whatever, that seemed to have its own like little thing out there, but it just came off as generic when I actually read through it. But that's sometimes what you get. Just the way that the writers and such put things together can make things feel so lifeless and generic, even if it's something a little new. Well, let's see here. I was fooled by Mako's innocence, your sociability, and Haru Makishima-sama's lies. And as I was saying here, Haru wasn't lying, she was just possessed and decided to make herself a sacrifice. But yeah, as long as you're liking the manga, Mira, that's all that matters, because at the end of the day, the only opinion that should matter to anyone else's is that person's own opinions. Let's see. I suspected. That's good, but it's kind of early with it being chapter 2. I just hope that it stays good throughout the whole thing, like I said. Anyway, back to this. I suspected I did, yet I let myself be fooled. We the humans have lost.
後の間神内様に祈って過ごします。
Let's see. Let's see. I will. Yeah. Oh. I always go back to him. But I thought you wanted it to be wanted to stick with the horror theme of this month that a lot of people are doing. I am coincidentally involved in that with this stream because this is a horror visual novel. Yep, he definitely is. Let's see here. So I will spend my final moments praying to Shinai-sama.
くくられろという時はお呼びください。
Call me when I must be hanged.
さようなら。
Goodbye. Having said all she had to, she left, not turning around once.
ああ、りっちゃんも諦めちゃった。
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, this has been strangely coincidence that I followed the trend with my streams. Like, I don't usually go with the flow of other people a lot in terms of what I read or watch. It just depends on how I feel like, and it's taking me this long to get through this VN, so it's likely that this is just a coincidence that Spooky Month and me doing this VN here just coincided. So yeah. Let's see. Oh man, Rick Chan gave up.
君は諦めないのかいモッチー。
You won't?
宴の勝ち負けとかは、初めっからどうでもいいんだ。ぶっちゃけ。
I never cared about who won or lost the feast once, from the moment it started.
そうでなきゃ、野里家の嫡男様を未だにやってるしさ。
If I did, I'd still be the Masato heir apparent.
もっともだ。
Good point.
さ
Hassan?
死んでよ。
Die.
嫌だね。
No.
メイコちゃんさ、ハッサン、明日には君を殺しちゃうぞ。
Mako-chan, you know he's gonna kill you tomorrow, right?
本当？
Really?
殺さないよ。
I won't.
悪い人、信じない。
Bad human, I won't believe you.
そっか。
I see.
そっか。
I see.
なんで、ハルちゃんを死なせたのさ。
Why do you let Haru-chan die?
僕さ、ハルちゃんのこと最後まで守ってくれるんなら別に宴で殺されてもいいって思ってたんだ。
Honestly, I really didn't care if I died in the feast as long as Haru-chan survived until the
ハル
end.
ちゃんがさ、面倒な人間全部ぶっ壊してここを逃げてくって。何それ、超かっこいいじゃん。
I mean, she was basically gonna kill all the people that bothered her and just run away. How cool is that?
それが死に目に見られればいいかなって。僕、超楽しみにしてたんだよ。
I wouldn't mind dying as I saw that happen. Hell, I was actually looking forward to
僕
it.
の純情、返してよ。
Give me back my excitement. What the? Even when you're not a wolf, you're being scary right now, Mochi.
ハッサンもさ、知ってたんだろ？
Hassan, you knew, didn't you?
ハルちゃんの仮病のこと。
About Haru-chan's fake disease, I mean?
あ
Yeah.
これはね、僕らだけの秘密だ。多分、宴とは全然関係ない話だから、気にしないで寝るといい。
This is our secret. No one else is in it. Probably doesn't have anything to do with the feast. Ignore it and go to sleep. I knew it. That was... God was something she'd
あ
created.
の格好の彼女は、君も知ってるんだろ
You knew about that clothing too, right?
だって、小学校の時に3人で一緒に作ったもん。あの格好。
Yeah, I mean, the three of us made it in elementary
大
school.
きくなったんだから、作り直せばいいのにさ。エッチすぎるぞ。
She grew out of it, though, so I'd really make a new outfit. It's too pervy. Oh my gosh. Mochi, mochi, mochi. That whole statement right there just gets on my nerves. Like, you could probably say it's right, but the fact that he's pointing it out and such makes him the one that's the problematic one here. Because as long as you don't give it a mind and that, then it doesn't really matter. This is the one thing that I hate about the modesty stuff now that I'm like more well informed and knowledgeable than I was back in the past. Like, I too would have been agreeing with him if I were still in my Mormon mindset, because Mormons, like a lot of other Christian churches, accuse women of being the ones that plant these so-called dirty ideas into the minds of men because of how they dress. But the real thing of it is that it's the man's fault for having those ideas in his mind to begin with. And the reverse is also true. So pretty much, it's just a whole thing of not wanting to take accountability of that and other things. So he is kind of the one that's being pervy for saying that her outfit is too pervy.
言えてる。
You can say that again. I'd expected something like that.
いいんだ。
This is fine. If she'd come back to her senses at least once back then, she'd have never tolerated her apparel.
我は8年前、くくられ、黄泉に戻されるところを、霧に迷いしこの娘の器に、落ちられることができたのじゃ。
When I was hanged 8 years ago, as I journeyed back to Yomi, I found this girl wandering in the mist and took her as my vessel. If God was actually the primary personality, it'd have never taken my side back then. She'd have never played along with Haru-chan's desire to save me by sacrificing herself. Basically, she could always switch between God and Haru Makishima. All the strange powers displayed by Haru Makishima were either powers she'd already had or just products of her imagination. A fabrication. In other words, she's a chunie. The mind reading thing was just the product of her delusions. It just happened that she'd gotten things right. That was the only possibility.
ハッサンに乗り換えた。
Haru-chan switched to you.
ヤッスンがまだチエネーのこと好きだって知ってから、ハッサンに乗り換えた。
She knew that Yasmin still liked Chiene, so she switched to you.
適当なことを言うな。
You're just saying whatever you want
僕は
now.
ハルちゃんのそばにずっといた。適当じゃない。ハルちゃんはそうだ。
I've been with her since forever. Trust me, I know what she's like.
他人の心に興味のない。君がか？
You, a person who's uninterested in others?
ハッサンの意地悪。
You're such a bully.
ま、そうだな。うん。ハルちゃんはたまたま狼になって、最初は嫌いだったハッサンを。
So yeah, Haru-chan happened to become a wolf and switched from hating you too.
好きだったか、あるいはもっと別の特別な心か。僕にはわからんけど、そういうのになったのかもね。
Liking you? Or was it something else, something more special? I don't really know, but that was probably it, right? He truly had a talent for finding the truth without comprehending
じゃあ
it.
さ、なおさら、
All the more then.
ハルちゃんの落とし前、ハッサンはどうつけるの？
What are you gonna do to make it up to Haru-chan? Nothing.
へえ、すっげえ。
Whoa,
む
damn.
しろ君がはっきりしたらどうだ？
How about you make yourself clear
何
instead?
をさ、
What do you mean?
君がハルちゃんに投票しなければ、ハルちゃんが死ななかった可能性はゼロじゃなかったのに。
If you didn't vote for Haru-chan, she might have been able to
それでも
survive.
君はハルちゃんに投票した。
Even so, you voted
他人
for
を評
her.
価するときは、大体は自分の気持ちの裏返しになるもんさ。
How you look at others is oftentimes a twisted reflection of your own feelings. Now, this is kind of reminding me of Kaiji here. Like, Haruaki has a point here, but at the end of the first season of Kaiji, when he's facing Tonegawa, you are kind of led to believe that he is reading Kaiji somehow, and you get the idea that he's reading it through things that are obvious, like his pulse and such, but at the time we don't know that. And after Kaiji takes an experimentation and then reveals that his mind reading and such, or ability to read people 100% is off the mark, it then becomes a downfall that Tonigawa can't rely on other variables. And so Kaiji ends up winning and ultimately points out that even though Tonigawa thinks he's reading other people accurately, he's just projecting himself onto others, and that's how he's reading people. Kind of like the sentiment of empathy. There's nothing wrong with empathy, but the way that we're taught it is also taught as self-projection, our current self onto somebody else. And so either way, you're just taking what you feel and know about yourself and putting it onto others. You're not really reading other people. So I do like how he's saying that here. And yes, it is our own feelings of others that comes off when we view people. That's the same way with me, as I judge people that way, but at the same time, I try not to jump to assumptions or conclusions. I try to weed out which possibility is which instead of jumping on things like what a lot of people do.
自分に乗り換えてくれなかったハルちゃんに対する怒りから彼女を殺したかったんじゃないのか?
You sure you didn't kill her because you were angry that she didn't choose you? Oh?
なるほど。そういうのも成立するのか。
Oh, I see. So that's how it works.
さ、仮にだよ。
Hassan, what if?
僕らのハルちゃんじゃなくなるなら、僕が壊しちゃおうって思ったら、それってやっぱ帰郷の振る舞い?
What if I thought the old Haru-chan was gone and so I decided to break her myself? Would that be eccentric? Alright. Looks like we're close on time, guys, but because a guide I looked up said I was pretty close to the end, I'm gonna try and finish out this particular route. So I'm not too sure how long that's gonna be, but since the deciding factor of whether or not to listen to what Haru's other personality was about to bring up was the penultimate choice, then we've got to be pretty close. So yeah, I'm gonna try and finish out this route regardless of how long it takes.
ごくありふれた普通の感情だろう。みんなはそれを嫉妬って呼ぶ。
Nope, it's the normal everyday feeling called jealousy.
そっか。僕、嫉妬してたんだ。
I see, so I was jealous.
知らないけどな。君の心までは。
I can't say I actually know what you thought and felt.
お話、難しい。
Your talk is hard.
大人ってのはな、メイコ。難しいことでも、悪いことでも、平気な顔してやんなきゃなんないのさ。
Adults have to act normal even when there's hard or bad things around, Meiko.
大人大変。
Adults have it hard.
そう言われてかわいそうだよ、メイコちゃん。
He's just saying whatever now. I feel sad for you, Meiko-chan. I was telling the truth, though.
どうする？宴する？
So what now? Want a
絶
feast?
対負けるんだよね、これ。
I'd lose that, wouldn't I?
メイコちゃん、あの人を倒そっか。
Meiko-chan, want to beat him up? Yeah. Man, it's quite a thing to ask a child.
というわけで、イエスだ、モッチー。
Order, Mochi. It's a yes.
さ、
Hassan,
賭けとかしない？
want to make a bet?
どんな賭けだい？
What
じゃ
kind?
んけんで、負けた方が死ぬ。
Rock, paper, scissors. The loser dies.
スーパーシンプルだな。
Now that's straightforward. Good though, right?
乗った。
I'm down.
せーの。
1, 2.
じゃんけん
Rock, paper. He put his thumb, put up his thumb and stuck out his index finger, creating a finger gun. The unbeatable hand. I, on the other hand, took out Jamie's shotgun from my sleeve.
そりゃ、勝てないな。
Well, I can't win against that. Of course you can't, but that was just hilarious how that played out.
承認ありがと
Thanks for cooperating. Mochi. Sketchy bets were my thing. Not even a genius like you could win against an adult villain.
う。ごめんね、メイコちゃん。びっくりした？
Sorry, Mako-chan, did that surprise you?
悪い人、やっつけた。
No, we beat the bad human. Whoa, man, just what kind of upbringing did she have?
お姉ちゃんも、するの？
You're gonna do it to Oni-chan
今日
too?
はしないよ。
Not today.
明日は？
Tomorrow?
するよ。
Yes.
メイコは？
Mako? The necessity to kill Mako. That case seemed likely. God had said that there were 3 gods. One was Great Lord Shinai. Not Shinai. One was the old god who had the unfavorable name Mujina, Badger forced on it. And the last one was my enemy. If God lived within man, then perhaps if I killed Mako, who hadn't died once, I could escape this endless misty hell for all I knew. But I didn't want to kill her. That'd be crossing a line even for me. Subconsciously or not, I'd set a line for myself and I didn't want anyone else to change it. What the? You came so far. Hmm?
まだ見当違いをされるか？アクト。
Yet you are still off the mark, villain. Now this is kind of a development. Huh. I tried to turn around, but I couldn't. The thing behind me was so scary I couldn't turn around.
何度申せば、お気づきになるよ。
How many times do I have to say it until you understand?
悪魔たちの悪いものですぞ。
God is a lot worse than you imagine.
少しの娘で通じて共倒れになるなど、神がするはずありますまい。
Did you truly believe that a god would fall alongside the Fushioshi girl it used as a vessel? What?
神とは
What is God? Ah,
人には決して殺せぬものよ。
It is something humans can never kill. I turned around.
ね？
It was Mako, same as always. I couldn't believe that she was just laughing out loud.
さゆきさん、顔色悪い。
Fusayuki-san, your face is very white.
そうかもな。
Yeah,
大
maybe.
丈夫？
Are you okay?
水でも飲んでこようかな。
Yeah, I think I need some water.
おトイレ。
I'll go to the bathroom. The dining hall felt like it had been abandoned 10 years ago. Even so, water was still running. I wasn't all that thirsty, but it could make me feel better, so I cupped some water in my palms.
流れる術はない。
Wait, why does it have him up and now that voice? So let's see, there's no escape. Huh? I jumped back, getting water all around me. Just now, on the surface of the water in my hands. There was a mirror above the sink. I looked right at it.
神からは逃れられません。
You cannot escape God.
どうせなら我のもとに下ってみられぬか。
So why not try joining me?
有利司法のケチな領地じゃが退屈はさせませぬぞ。
My land may be small, but I will make sure you are not bored.
好きに殺し、好きに欺き、好きに犯し、山に再び聖域になりましょう。
You will get to kill, swindle, violate to your heart's content. The mountain shall become holy once
手
more.
頃な娘を捕らえたらば、貴様の奥をはらみたいもの。
If you find a fitting girl, you can even have her bear your children.
僕に何をした？
What did you do to me? Ha 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 ha.
わからぬならおとなしゅう。神の餌食になりません。
If you do not understand, then be silent and offer yourself to God. Ah ha ha ha. Ah ha.
どうやら頃合いか。
It seems like the time has come.
不幸だが
Villain,
面白き世になりますぞ。
this world will be quite interesting.
いつまで持つのやら。愉快が過ぎて。
I cannot wait to see how well your evil lasts and...
ゆきさん。
Usayuki-san? I shook my head, chasing away the thing, the delusion clinging to my
どう
head.
したの？メイコ
What
ちゃん。
is it? What? What is that? Her voice was shaking. Did she see a spider or something? I followed her outside. Okay. I see. So that must be the true ending here. And this is why I said it would take me a while to get them, because I have to get all those keys to move on out here. But since we don't have a choice other than this, do that, lose all words. I was shocked. There was no better word for it. The first shock was caused by the fact that the mist had cleared. After all, the Feast of the Omi Purge wasn't over yet. The next thing to my surprise was the fact that the sun had just recently come up, but the night had returned. It was dark, but it was a strange kind of darkness. I looked around for the sun, and it took me about 5 seconds to realize that it was the thing in the sky. A loop in the eastern sky. A total solar eclipse? No way. If there was such a celestial event today, I'd have heard about it on TV before Golden Week. That wasn't just an eclipse. It probably had something to do with the unnatural, unreasonable, incomprehensible phenomenon happening before me. A phenomenon? That was too small a word to describe it. Most of my surprise was about the monster. It spanned mountains. It pierced the clouds. It carved valleys with each step. It leveled forests. I lacked words to describe the scale of it. It dwarfed even things in tokusatsu shows or mecha anime. After all, it was still far away. It was beyond the mountain, beyond the cliff, beyond Saranaga. It was walking. Its destination was the golden, no unpleasantly pale ring that used to be the sun. Even so, I looked up at it. It was thousands of meters tall. It was a monster that had legs the size of mountains, and even the term gigantic seemed to fall short. Even so, all I could do was look up. What? What the hell was with this ending? I'd played a murder game in a village inhabited by werewolves and survived only to be greeted by a giant monster. By a giant monster? What the hell? Who could predict this turn of events? Who would sign off on this plot twist? Naturally. I quickly understood that it was a monster that bring mythical levels of despair and destruction. Mako was clinging to my leg. I brought her closer to me. Both of us were shaking. Fear. This was nothing but primal fear. Death was nothing in comparison. The fear we felt surpassed mundane concepts like death. This was a fear of the world coming to an end. Once I realized that, I knew that humans, a part of the world, could do nothing against it. You've done it now, eh? Huh? What? Suddenly I lost all sense of reality. Hey, you. And there was even some fancy-looking thing in front of me. It was a large plush sheep. It was cute. It talked. But its voice wasn't cute. You listening? Yes. I'm saying that you've done it now. That thing, huh? I looked again, and strangely enough, the scene had lost all color. The monster was still there, still walking slowly, covering kilometers with each step. But again, it didn't feel real anymore, and the fear was gone too. I looked next to me. Mako was still frozen in fear. Again, it didn't feel real. In fact, my hands, clothes, everything around me didn't feel real. This sensation was kind of familiar. Oh, right. It was what I felt every time before dying. I'd felt this whenever my memories were engulfed in mist and before I looped. And I felt like this sheep was familiar too. I hate to break it to ya. But with that thing waking up, this country's dead. Oh, dialogue? Who are you? That doesn't matter now. Yes, it does. Wait, what? Why is the sheep talking anyway? You get in the situation, I'm telling you, the country's through. It's easier to accept the appearance of a monster than a talking sheep. Really, Araki? We've got a monster here, and we've got a sheep in front of us. I don't have any problems with that, especially because looping is part of the story's plot. You're such a pain in the ass. Listen, I knew there was some weird shit going on in this area. That's cause a part of reality was put inside a dream.
だからここに来たはいいが、夢の主に見つからねえように身を隠すだけで精一杯だ。
I specialize in that stuff, that's why I came here, but honestly, keeping myself hidden from the dreamer was hard enough.
夢の中に直接干渉はできねえ。だが、誰か一人の人間に力を貸すくらいはできない。
I couldn't directly influence the dream, but I could lend help to a human.
それがてめえだ。
That's you, but you fucked up.
なるほど。
I
い
see.
や、とりあえずいろいろすっ飛ばしてコッシーは理解しましたが、なんだそれは。
Well, actually, that's too brief, so I only get the most basic parts, but what the hell?
理解できたのか。すげえな。つうか、乗りツッコミする余裕があるとか、お前死にすぎて狂ったんじゃねえのか。
You understood? Damn, hell, you can joke around like that in this situation. Sure, all those deaths didn't drive you
あな
nuts.
たが死に戻りの原因か。
You're the one behind the looping?
そりゃ違う。死んで巻き戻るのは夢のせいだ。
No, things go back after death because of the dream.
夢のせい？
Of the dream?
そうだ。俺はてめえが記憶を持っていけるように手伝ってやってるんだよ。
Yeah, I'm just helping you keep your memories. Oh, so that's how it was.
もう時間がない。おいてめえ。とりあえず続きは戻った後で考えろ。
Crap, there's no time. Hey, you think about what to do next. Next once you're back.
死ねってことかよ。ダメだ。まだ聞きたいことが腐るほどある。
You're telling me to die? No, I still got a whole load of questions.
俺はほとんど何にも知らねえ。潜入後すぐ身動き取れなくなったからな。そこのガキが誰かも知らねえよ。
I don't know shit either. I couldn't do shit after I got in the dream. I don't even know that brat.
てめえらが何をやってて、なんでお前がガンガン死にまくってんのかも知らねえ。
I don't know what you're doing or why you keep dying.
そこは、てめえが何とかするところだ。
You're on your own there. That was so unreasonable. But, so that was how it was.
藤吉一帯の時間が巻き戻っている。基本、あなたはそれしか知らない。
So the only thing you really know is that time around Fujiyoshi keeps looping back.
あなたは藤吉村の奇怪な事件や現象を知らない。しかし、巻き戻り現象の原因はここにあることはわかる。
You don't know the mystery, incidents, or phenomena that happen in Fujiyoshi, but you know that looping is caused by something
だか
here.
ら僕に前回の記憶を与え、巻き戻り現象の原因を探るように仕向けた。
That's why you give me memories of the previous loops to help me find the cause behind the looping
ところ
phenomenon.
が、いきなり巻き戻りが止んだ。僕は確信に至らず、化け物まで出た。
But then the looping suddenly stopped. I didn't get to the heart of it, and the monster showed
異
up.
変は異変自身が望む結末を迎えた。つまり、この国の終わり。
The anomaly reached the ending it desired, the demise of this country.
体力柔軟すぎんだ。てめえの脳みそはアントロ持ちか何か。
Man, what's up with your ability to suss stuff out? You got mochi for brains or something? Now that was uncalled for.
最初のうちは夢はずっと循環していた。しかし異分子が取り込まれ夢は奇妙に変容し始めた。
At first, the dream just looped around, but when some outsider came in, it started going all weird and shit.
てめえが来てからはもうぐちゃぐちゃで結果がこれだ。
You made a huge mess of things, and that's right. Oh, and that right there is the result.
僕が動いたせいで、夢が変わった？
The dream changed because of me? Did this mean the fact that I'd used the looping to try out various options and saw a bunch of timelines?
中でどんなろくでもねえことしやがったんだ。
You went and pulled some fucked up shit, huh? I couldn't deny that. I really was fucked up this loop. But hold on. Victories of Wolf brought about a giant monster that destroyed the country? That made next to no sense. That couldn't be it. I was missing something.
ここまでだ。時間切れだ。荒っぽくなるぞ。ああ、食いしばれ。
Time's up. It's gonna be rough, so clench your teeth or something.
どうする気なんです？もう巻き戻りは終わってるんでしょ？
Huh? What are you gonna do? The loop ended, didn't it?
言っただろうが。専門家だってよ。
Like I said, I'm a
どういう
specialist.
ことだ？
What do you mean?
巻き戻りが起きていたところまで俺の力で
I can use my power to loop back to when the loop was still happening. Huh?
そんなバカなことが。
That sounds so absurd it seems
で
impossible.
きる。ただこれ一回きりだ。
Well, I can do it, but only once.
ここまで大きな介入があれば向こうは絶対異変に気づく。
An intervention this major would sure as shit be noticed by the dreamer.
一度はバグだと思うかもしれんが二度目はないぞ。絶対に他の夢使いの介入を疑うはずだ。
They'd probably think the first time was a glitch, but there'd be no second chance. They'll know it's the work of another dream welder.
そうなったら本当に終わりだ。俺は腕前じゃ奴より上だが単純な力じゃ敵が億倍強い。
We'll be fucked for real then. I'm more skilled, but they're millions of times more powerful.
俺も夢に取り込まれて終わりだ。そうなりゃてめえを助けることもできなくなる。
I'd be taken by the dream and that would be it. No one could help you then.
相手の思い通りになる。
And it'll all be how they want it.
そういうこった。じゃあいいな。ここには絶対に戻ってくんな。
Exactly, so yeah, don't come back here no matter what.
ここ以外で解決策を探せ。
Search for a solution anywhere but here. Basically, I had to prevent this outcome. Gather info from the loops. Arrive at the truth. And do something about the dreamer that created the loop and called this monster, huh? What the hell? Wasn't this a story about taking care of some werewolves? What happened to that?
よーし、来た来た。それじゃあ元気に死んでこい。
Alright, here we go. Now die a hearty death.
いや、ちょっと。
Wait,
羊が100万匹。
1 million sheep. Seriously? And so, crushed under the weight of 1 million sheep, I died. Alright. And that's the end of the route here. Doesn't mean it's the end of the end, though. Because right now, from what the sheep helper said, we have to get pretty much all the other keys. But that was kind of an interesting twist there, for sure. Not too sure about you guys, but that the wolf ending brought about the monster. I liked how that went, and I especially liked how Haru sacrificed herself for us to get this information. I don't think she knew the sacrifice would be worth it, but we got some important information out of that, including what the sheep was. Alright. Raging loop. Raisin group. Ain't Interesting pun there. Game Overlord. Okay, so we have key 20, ending loop, and giant monster. You can view it in the keys list. The route unlocked by this key is represented by the same number in the scenario chart. Alright. I should probably get to the point where this key is useful, but for now, I want to actually see what my keys are. But once I get back to the route, I'm gonna call it. So yeah, we're missing 3, 8, 9, and 19. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 keys left to get. And so further streams will be likely getting these keys, and then probably getting to the true end of it. There's more to this visual novel from what I've read, like in Revelations mode, and that reveals some other stuff, but I don't plan to do that, at least on stream. I just plan to get to the true ending. So let's get back there. So we've got key 20. Ending number 3. Watch the hint corner. Let's go ahead and watch it just to see what's going on, but we probably got most of what we're gonna get out of what the sheep just said there. It'll just be interesting to know where to go, because with that many keys, it's gonna be hard to figure out how far back I have to go.
Yo, 大将。いやー、お疲れ、お疲れ。
Hey there, Chief. Congratulations, seriously.
文字通り、ダークを極めたメインルート、暗黒も、めでたく終了だ。狼側でも勝利し、めでてえな。
As the title indicates, you've who have ended the darkest main route, darkness, on a high note. The wolves won and everyone lived happily ever after.
まあ、ちょっと国が滅びかけたけど。
Well, okay, the country was still on the verge of destruction and all.
ああ、そうだ。ようやく本編で俺が登場したんだった。今までもアイキャッチで出てたが、本編でも改めてよろしくな。
Oh, and I finally showed up in the main story. I'm still popping up in the eye catch and all, but I'd like to introduce myself in the main story as
さ
well.
て、ヒントを見る前に、一つ断言してやるぜ、大将。
Now, before I move on to the hint, there's something I gotta say.
ここがどん底だ。
This is rock bottom.
ここから、ケムコのノベルシリーズ史上最悪の歪曲系主人公、久石春明の運命に対する反撃が始まる。
From now on, Haruaki Fusaishi, the most twisted protagonist in Kemco's visual novel series, will begin his counterattack against fate.
ここまで3つの地獄といくつもの死を見てきた大将。最後までどうか俺と奴に力を貸してくれ。
You've seen 3 hells and many different deaths so far, Chief. Lend your power to me and that bastard to the very end.
今回のバッドじゃないエンド3、題して新しい朝が来たについてだが、
This one is ending 3. A new day has dawned.
久石春明と共に大将は最善を尽くした。そしてここもまた必ず通るべき道だ。
You did your
一切
best.
ねえから安心してくれ。
You did your best alongside Haruaki Fusaishi. And this was yet another path you had to take. You made no mistakes, so take comfort in that.
今回手に入ったのは P20。番号順で言えば最後の鍵だが、まだ番号には穴がある。これは当然だ。安心しろ。
From this, you obtained key 20, which is the final key on the list according to numbering, but you are still missing keys. This is how it's supposed to be, so don't worry.
大将はこれから5つのキーを探さなきゃならねえ。最後の扉を開くための最後の鍵だ。
You will now need to find 5 keys, the final keys necessary to open the final
これ
door.
らは全部大将がこれまで見てきた物語のどこかに隠されてる。
They're all hidden in various places in the story you've seen so
シナ
far.
リオチャートとにらめっこしつつ物語の流れを思い出しながらじっくり探してみるってのもオツだろうが。
There's some of you who'd like to try giving the scenario chart a good hard look as you remember what happened in the story so far and look for viable
せっ
points.
かちな大将のためにまずはミ・ノームの9彼女の目的はに戻ってみることを勧めるぜ。
But if you're impatient, I recommend you start off by going back to 2 Dense Mist. Her objective.
あの最序盤芹沢千恵美との酒盛りでうすらバカな謎かけをしただろ。あそこの鍵がキー20で開く。
Yeah, that's right. The dumbass shit quiz Jamie Serizawa gave when drinking with her. Key 20 opens the locked choice
ここ
there.
まで真実を見てきた久石春明が芹沢千恵美にどんな回答をするのかこれが注目だな。
With all the truths he's seen so far, what kind of answer will Haruaki Fusaishi give Chiemi Serizawa? This is a key
他
point.
にも開けられるキーはあるが混乱しねえようにここではまず一つだけ伝えておくぜ。
There are other keys that can be unlocked, but we'll only tell you about this one, so don't you get confused.
横着な大将は次の場所でまたヒントを伝えるからその順にクリアすればいいって寸法だ。
The truly lazy will get another hint at the next destination, so you should aim to clear them in order.
おかしいな。こんなに手厚くヒントをくれてやるつもりなんざなかったのに。
Now that's strange, I hadn't planned on providing such generous hints.
物語の転換点に立って俺も柄になく興奮しちまってるのかもしれねえ。
Maybe now that we're at the story's turning point, I'm getting excited. That ain't like me at all.
つうわけで今回はここまで。次も元気に死んでこい。
With that said, that's it for this time. Die another hearty death next time. Okay, so it's definitely the quiz. So let's go on here and bring up this. Alright, so Dense Mist. And her objective.
これって単なるバカ話じゃないの？
And we're gonna save here and call it. But like I said, next time that we're in this, we're gonna do the key hunting. And hopefully get access to the final ending. Not too sure how long the key hunting will go. But if it goes well and quickly, then we should be able to finish this the end quickly enough. And there we go. We're saved, so I'm calling it here like I said I would. I thank you all for coming. If you are watching this on YouTube and you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like and share this with anybody else that you think might enjoy this. And if you'd like the chance to chill with me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon to hopefully be notified of when I'll be live again. As for when I'll be live again, I want to say tomorrow, but I'm not too sure of that, especially because now there's going to be 2 random days likely of whether I'll stream or not. But yeah, I'm gonna guess tomorrow is gonna be a stream unless something happens. I try to keep people up to date on that stuff on the posts tab of my YouTube channel, so be sure to check there. And if you guys are watching this on Twitch, you all know what to do. Speaking of Twitch, let us find somebody to raid. I thought I saw someone on. I'm not too sure if they're on anymore, but if not, I'll go look for a Trell's stream since we need something to chill to. Okay. It looks like we're in the middle of something. I'm not too sure if it's story related or not. But we are going to be raiding a Trell's stream after all. Okay, so let's see. Don't know that person. Okay. Alright. We are going to be raiding an Infinite Dragon 1. I'm not too sure how they are, because they're new to me, but they are playing the remake of Trells in the Sky First Chapter. So I hope you guys enjoy them. Tell them that I'll be there when I can, and give them my regards. And with that out of the way, I will thank you all again for coming. I thank you again for coming. Bye.